different today. Instead of using the camera that I would normally use for this, this is a mobile. Now you can still see my face. So only working on a few things tonight, nothing crazy. Just want to see how many people pop up, if they want to stop by. It is Saturday night, so I understand if they're not here, well, then they're probably somewhere else, right? I'm hanging out here tonight. Maddie's with me. She's just sleeping, chilling out, relaxing, not anything crazy. Let me turn off my laptop here. It's being kind of annoying. So, all right. And no need for the microphone, so I'll just put this away. There we go, right on top of the laptop there. Gosh, what have I been up to, right? I made the pact that I wouldn't buy any more minis until the new Defiler comes out, and I've kept to that. I haven't bought any new minis at all. I've bought bits, right? Almost, but it's just too expensive, and I'm saving my money, and I want to spend it for when the Defiler comes, right?
Spend it on me.
Yeah, spend it on Maddie, yes. So, but I've been keeping busy. I've been working on mainly my little Chaos Lord here, so he's getting closer to almost being done. Hey, what's up, Renival? Hey, Ellie. Hey, good to see everybody. Hey, hey. Howdy. Fantastic. Awesome, we got 2 people in here. Yeah, but tonight on the channel, just going to be working on a few things. Nothing too crazy. Mainly just working on this guy, trying to get him done. I already have his cape pretty much done, so I just got to glue it on. And then there's some fine detail I got to work on his back here. So I want to paint this in an actual skull color. And then I'm just going to like varnish everything, protect it per usual. So that's the plan. Maddie just put some dinner away, so we had some really good pasta tonight. Yeah, it was okay.
I'm just joking.
Yeah. What else have I been busy with? So I went to the local gaming store today and just checked out what they had in inventory, and I was pleasantly surprised. We are not on the 2nd floor. We're on the 4th floor in the city. So the city's behind me. I had to like turn off all the lights and stuff. I guess I could do that. Why not? Still probably get the glare from the TV. Nothing I can do about that, but unless I turn the TV off. Yeah, so. Oh well. But. King James Christ Wake Up. Hello. Welcome to the channel. Is it kind of nice being dark? What do you think? I don't mind it. But yeah, I'm here in Minnesota. So it just like snowed out of nowhere today. Of course, yesterday was nice. The day before that was nice. We're talking like mid-50s. Pretty nice. And then today, just a blizzard. Bunch of snow came through, so...
Like 20 degrees.
Yeah, 20 degrees. So it dropped, and all this snow came out of nowhere. It was all gone just the other day. There was only ice left. I was waiting for it to melt. That way I could go running, because I miss jogging. Let's be honest here, jogging. So... King James Christ Wake Up says, I live in Germany, but I speak English. Oh, okay. Yeah, I could sprechen Sie Deutsch manchmal. So, not a whole lot for me. I took it in high school, and I've used it here or there, but it's pretty rare to come across anybody who speaks German, and for me to actually have a conversation with them. But it's kind of cool when it does happen. So, can off Deutsch a little bit, just a little bit. What are you doing in Germany? And then Reneville said went to a game store, ended up playing a 2K game. It was nice. Good. Excellent. Oh, that's dope. 2,000 point game, huh? So did you bring your minis with you? What was that like? And then I just connected to my local one. So I guess I'll turn the light on. Why not? Now you can see me. So it's a little bit better here in the studio. AKA the corner of my living room. Sweet. Hey, what's up, everybody? Well, thank you for joining. It's the ChaoticCrafterZero channel, 40K miniature painting and hobby channel. So that's what we do here. I just printed this out on some nice paper because sometimes people ask, like, what is this or what do you do? I will be doing a backdrop eventually too. So that's something I'm going to start on tomorrow. I've been talking about doing it for a while and I just haven't really had the energy to do it. But I think tomorrow I'll actually start on a backdrop. So make it a little bit more entertaining. And if you wouldn't mind subscribing, I'm trying to grow my channel to 500 subscribers by the end of March. Please, please help me do that. Yeah, I mean, this is a hobby channel, but I talk mostly about like 40K. But we talk about other stuff too, of course. Just try to keep it off politics. I try to keep it off like too taboo stuff. But I mean, this is a spot that I've kind of created. This is my little channel. We have some really good people that you know, like to watch content like this, and I hope you like to watch content like this too. So let me know where you're from. Please type it up in the chat. I'm curious where you're from. We got Motor NoCal 9938. He said this indeed. Jackson Love says offer for spooky and pumpkin and 4 base Garamass and 376 milli DJ Panda. I don't even know what that means. That sounds like a drug deal. Oh, really? You're my biggest fan. Motor NoCal. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate it, bro. Yeah, I keep myself busy. Roland Cooper says, please shout me out. Well, hello, Roland Cooper. You got a shout out. I am real. I'm not AI. I'm a real person. I'm not doing some crazy weird shit on here because I go on live too, and I look at what people do on live, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? So there's a lot of weird stuff around here, but this is a real channel. I'm a real person. I'm a Marine Corps vet, so Semper Fi. If you served in the armed forces, please let me know. If you're currently serving, let me know. I got out a couple years ago. So, and then Reneville just said fought versus Tau, and you used T-Suns. Oh, nice. Yeah, I was originally planning to get more kill team games in for the tournament. Gotcha, man. Good for you. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Yeah, I hooked up with my local game store, my LGS, so I got their Discord. It's actually very poppin' on there. I'm getting notifications constantly. So there's a very healthy community of people that play 40K, which is awesome for me, along with other games too. But this one is specifically 40K. So it's a Discord in my local area where you can meet up with people and start, you know, going over things that and trying to meet up with people and, like, you know, making sure your army lists are good, whatever, if you're gonna, you know, play a game against each other. So it's good that they have that, and it's a good space. It's in a great location. Like, we went there today and they were doing a Magic the Gathering tournament that was timed. So we were in there browsing, and if you saw some of my videos, or I have other stuff I'm gonna post, but like I saw the new Wardens of Ultramar box was there, Huron Blackheart and his entourage, they were there, a whole bunch of Battle Force boxes, lots of good stuff there. Nothing that I really wanted to buy, but I did get like a deck of cards of a Dragons game that I want to play. See if I can get my wife into it. So she's gonna be forced into it, basically. She's gonna play it. She has no choice. So
If you're nice to me.
yeah, I have to be very nice to her, though. Yes. And then Reneville said he ignored Magnus 1 round and round 2. Makes sense. Yeah, usually staying away from the big guy is a good idea, because then you'll just get stuck, right? You're going to get into engagement, and, like, good luck taking that on. Especially if you bring in extra forces, you're just going to dominate them. Magnus is very strong. And then he said, I touched his Gundam like 3 units. By round 3, he fired nearly all of his units into Magnus just to kill him. And Magnus nearly tanked it all. Wow. Yeah, Magnus is very strong. I don't know what his, you know, how far his range is, but either way. All right, so we got our guy here. We got his cool little Space Marine power pack, which has skulls on it. It doesn't make any sense, but it's 40K. Who gives a shit? Either of those are supposed to be exhaust vents for the heat to come out, but I guess they're skulls because it's fucking cool, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and paint those up. Another thing that's been keeping me busy, and this is something I'm very excited about, is I've been converting Citadel paints into dropper bottle paint. So these are 17 milliliter paint bottles that I bought off a website. All I do is specialize in transferring paints from the pots into these, and I'm very glad I did that. So let me just rifle through the ones that I have, right? So Catachan Flesh, Retributor Gold, Wraithbone, Abaddon Black, Corvus Black, Rakarth Flesh, okay? So those are the ones so far, but I will be doing Corn Red as well, because I use that a lot. 24 range. Oh, that's pretty good, actually. That's a really good range for his attacks. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, and he probably he does I heard he's pretty strong in combat, so you brought a heavy hitter. That's fun. No, that's good, man. And yeah, he almost tanked it all, which is impressive. I'm guessing, did he go down? I'm assuming he went down, so. But yeah, that's a big tanky thing. And like what I learned in tactical sense in 40K is if they have a big unit, that big scary unit, the best thing to do is to ignore it. Don't go near it. Just try to get objectives on the other side of the map, and you better hope he's slow. And if you get into an engagement range, you better hope he doesn't pile in, or else, uh-oh, you're in trouble. So that's just something I've heard. Obviously harder to do in practice, but ideally that's what you should do. Trying to go after the big guy, you're probably going to get some pretty hot water and get in a lot of trouble doing that. Okay. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 skulls on this trophy rack that I will be painting up. Right now they're just based black with Vallejo black. All I need is Wraithbone. It's literally all I need, which, it's right here. Look at that. I use this one all the time. So I also put medium thinner in this, which is how you're able to transfer your pots from the big ones into these little dropper bottles. And you can fit almost 2 pots per dropper bottle in this. So it's not a full 2 because I bought 2 Retributor Golds and I tried to put them both in this and it did not work out. It was all the way at the very top. So I did have to dump some out and I kept it in the pot. I'll probably use that up first. But with Wraithbone, I got every single drop out. So, and then Reneville said he did. My opponent was focused more on the Land Raider. Oh, okay. Oh, so you had a Land Raider too. Dang, you got some big. I love the Land Raider, by the way. It looks so cool. I want one one day. It's a very cool looking. They did a very good job designing that thing, and it's also very effective on the battlefield. It's a nice cross between like a Predator tank, and like it's got the ability to actually transport, which is awesome too. And then Reneville said Wraithbone, then highlight Dorn Yellow and Rakeland Shade on his skull. So what I do, you're not wrong, I do Wraithbone base, layer Screaming Skull, and then I wash it with Rakeland Flesh Shade. So I don't have Dorn Yellow, but I have Screaming Skull, which is a really good one. This one's kind of hard to find, too. I got lucky and I went to a really big game store one year. This might have been last year. And I just saw it and I was like, I got to grab it. So it's worked so far. It looks really good. But Dorn Yellow is a good idea as well. Exactly. The only thing I have trouble with is Xenos skulls because I don't know how I want to do them. If I want to do them white or like a different color because they're Xenos, I'm not too sure. I got to look that up, right? So like on Abaddon's trophy rack, he has a, I can't remember what skull. Like I'm trying to look up and actually figure out like what his trophy rack actually represents, like who actually died, who did he fight in battle, and who did he stick on there, because there's an Inquisitor skull, There's another one that's got to be an ancient, so he's got like the, you know, 4 little do or however many he has in there, the service studs as they're called. And then there's also a Tyrannid skull. And I want to wonder, like, what Tyrannid did Abaddon fight and take the skull of that he won? I'm going to guess it was High Fleet Kronos, which is like specific to kill Chaos. But I'll have to look it up in the lore and figure that out. And that's something I'll do eventually. I'm just going to grab an average, what is this? It's a number 1. Yeah, just a number 1 round point, and I'm going to use this to do the skulls because they're really not that big, and I don't want to pool too much paint in there because then it'll thicken it up and it does not look good. So I like a nice thin coat, like 2 thin coats, 1 layer, and then I shade it, and then I varnish it. So that's just the way I do it personally. Everybody has their own way, right? The only reason I do that this way is because I read it up online once, and I was like, yeah, that's a pretty easy schema to follow, and it works. So now if I paint a really big skull, let's say I have a big skull and I want to paint it, I'm probably going to use a lot different types of palettes and colors to make that one look a certain way, right? So just give me a second. Yeah, this one's got service studs on it too. So this is the trophy rack, and in 40K, it's kind of like the old times, right? Where they would like cut the head off of whoever they beat, you know, kind of like the Aztecs would do it. They would wear the skulls of their enemies, you know? So in 40K, it's very similar here as well, where if you take the skull of whoever you killed, it's a sign that you have status, right? On the battlefield, you've killed, you know, whoever it may be. Maybe you slew a Grey Knight on one-on-one combat. Maybe you killed a Khorne Berserker, one-on-one combat, right? Like, if it was a worthy duel, usually Space Marines, I mean, especially Chaotic, but there are some Imperial Marines that do the same thing, where they also keep the skull, right? The skull of their enemies. Or sometimes it's like the skull of a saint. Maybe it's to like protect them. So in 40K, they do the same thing, if you didn't know. I'm assuming most of you do. But if you're watching this in post and you're like, why is there skulls on this fucking warrior? Well, yeah, it looks badass, but it's also to show off that they can take people on, right? And then Bolter Thrower says, are you at a hotel? No, I'm actually at home. So we live in the city, and the skyline is behind me. So I usually have the back, like my shades down so you can't see, but we have a big old, we have a nice sized porch overlooking the river and the city skyline here. So I just thought I'd keep it up. I might bring it down in a little bit, but let me know what you think. Do you think I should keep it up or bring it down? What looks better? Curious. I do have a backdrop that I purchased. I just have to craft it, so I will be customizing one. It's on the list of things to do for this year. Makes it a little bit more entertaining, and I think it was Renival who actually told me, like, hey man, you should consider getting a backdrop, and I was like, you know what? You're right, dude. I had plans to do it, but I didn't know if I wanted to buy it outright or do it myself. And because I'm a YouTube channel, and I am the product of the YouTube channel, I figured I could probably make my own. I'm pretty crafty. I'm pretty handy. My wife is very handy as well and very crafty. So I figured we could try to make our own. Like, we have a Cricut machine. We went out and bought vinyl, like a vinyl type banner, and I'm gonna put my logo on it, and I'm gonna make it a little bit more personalized, and it's gonna look pretty cool, hopefully. So, and I want it to be matte, that way it's not too shiny, because I don't want the lights taking away, you know, the effects that I want it to have. How's everybody doing, by the way? How's everyone doing? I didn't get to talk to everybody and ask them how they're doing. So I know LED popped on for 2 seconds, and then she said she had to get on a call, and then she hopped off. So I know, Renoval, you and me are in contact quite a bit on Discord, so which I appreciate that, man. And Neo and WC, like, they're always on the Discord, and that's cool. It's a cool place to be. If you want to be in the Discord, you absolutely can. Bolter Thrower, you are more than welcome. Putting pizza in the oven and gonna paint and chill tonight. Whoop whoop, nice. We had pasta tonight. I made us some pasta. Not like store-bought stuff. I like got the ingredients. I got the spices. I got the ground turkey. I used turkey, so I made the pasta. Put like little tomatoes in there, and I do it Italian style. So it's like you don't put any. You try not to put anything like, you know, Alfredo and stuff like that. No, it's like I'm making it scratch. I use olive oil. I use special seasoning that we got from a special store. I'm putting veggies in there, very, very veggie heavy, onions, peppers, tomatoes. So I try to do that because it's healthier for you, right? And then I put some really good, this shit is awesome. It's called oh God, help me out, Maddie. What's the spice company called? Cave Creek Olive Company, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they're out of Arizona. We go and visit there every once a year usually, and there's this really badass place in Arizona called the Cave Creek Oil Company, I'm pretty sure. They sell other stuff too, like balsamic vinaigrette, all that. It's to die for. It's so good, and they ship it all over the place. So whenever we stop by, when we're in Cave Creek, if we're out at home, I will make it a point to go in there, and I'll buy like 2 or 3 boxes of this stuff. And they can ship it too if you really want them to, but normally we just bring it in a check bag and it's fine. So, but if you live in Arizona, I would highly recommend taking a trip there. You could even bring your girl. She would love it too, because you get to taste test stuff too. It's just a tiny little thing, but man, is it so good, so fresh. Yeah, I can raid that place. Yes, you can. Renoval said Dino Nuggets was for dinner. Hell yeah. That's funny, man. That's awesome. No, Bolter Throw, pizza sounds good. What kind of pizza you got, man? Did you get a Supreme? Did you get Meat Lovers? What's your jam? Pepperoni? Hawaiian? I'm a Supreme. I like Supreme pizza personally, but that's just me. I'll read the comments in just a second. Let me just finish this skull. I'm just doing a base of Wraithbone because it's a very good base. I use this a lot. If you don't have Wraithbone, I would strongly suggest you pick it up because you're going to use it one day. And you're going to be like, wow, this is perfect for a lot of stuff. It has a lot of uses. Like if you want to paint banners, for example, Wraithbone. Just base it in Wraithbone. Unless if you're doing a lot of color, that might be a little bit different. If you're doing purity seals, you're going to want Wraithbone. And then I just followed up with different ways of layering it. So the skulls are coming along nicely on the trophy rack. I still got to do the 2 ones on either side of the power pack. And let me check comments. Pineapple, ham, chicken, and black olives with extra sauce. Best pizza I get is fresh made at Blaze. Absolutely, dude. I love that. Maddie does not like that, but that sounds really good there, Renable. That sounds like a really good pizza combination, dude. Oh, welcome, LED. Hey. Hey. Welcome back. Everything cool? What's new with you? What's going on? I'm doing a face one tonight, so I'm not doing the overhead. Just because I think it's nice to see me, and a little bit different, I guess. I feel like it's a little bit more personal. Come on, come on. There we go. Getting used to these dropper bottles. So much better. It really is. Really glad I started that. So, I mean, I've been thinking about it for a long time. Ever since the first time I got these pots, I'm like, there's got to be a better way, dude. There's got to be. And then I start seeing Vallejo. I start seeing, Army Painter. I see all these other companies, AK, that have the dropper bottles. And I'm like, why doesn't Citadel do that? Like, why is that not a thing? And then, well, you're just going to find out it's just GW, and GW is going to do what GW is going to do. So I just said, fuck it. I will convert it. I was actually looking for a way to convert it, not knowing that you could convert it. And then I found out you can. And I'm like, oh, perfect. So Reneville said it's bitter and then sweet. Nice. Yeah, I love the pineapple, the ham, chicken, black olives. Love it. With extra sauce. Yeah, that's nice, dude. Do you get thin crust? Do you get it like thick crust? How do you get the crust? I'm curious. I've been to Blaze a couple times. Not a lot, but a couple times. And they do have pretty good pizza. I used to go there when I worked downtown in Chicago at a corporation. I used to work there, and Blaze Pizza was a really fun one to go to because it wasn't far. You'd have to walk like maybe a city block to get there. And it was like all on its own. A nice Blaze Pizza. You could walk in. Sometimes the lines were pretty crazy though, but they cook it so fast. It's awesome. Then you just eat it right there, and then you just bring leftovers, back to work if you want to. So, and they make it the right size. It's not like too much pizza. You got to carry this big thing around. So, yeah, I remember Blaze Pizza. LED said I got the flu. Ooh. I am sorry, Ellie. That sucks. I am sorry. That is no fun. Me and Maddie got sick a little bit ago. Well, a couple months ago, but it was so miserable. It was like a stomach virus, or it was from hell, whatever it was. She gave it to me, and then we were both just sick as shit. I didn't give it to you. Madeline.
You gave it to me.
Okay, Maddie, sure. You got it from your classmates, someone somewhere, but none of your friends were like as sick though. Yeah. Just miserable. Ugh. Was it that kind of a flu, or what do you got, Ellie? Is it like a regular, just shitty flu, or... So we had like a stomach bug from hell, and I don't wish that on anybody, man. I do not wish that on anybody. That is miserable. That was the sickest I've been in a long time. That's the sickest I've been since COVID. Because when I got COVID, it kicked my ass real hard. I got so sick. It fucking sucked. And it was during my my midterms too, when I was in college. So I was literally like dying while doing my programming fucking test. And I had my buddy helping me out because he already finished it, and he was on Discord, and he was like messaging me to like help me kind of solve some of the questions, because I was literally like going to the bathroom and throwing up and then coming back, or I was just like dying. Like I had the worst headache ever. Like it was just miserable. Thank God my friend helped me, or else I would have failed. But I got enough just to pass it. So, real G. Good friend. Oh, Forever Lurk 2's in here. What's up, man? Oh my gosh. He said, yum, I got brisket, nom 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 nom, with pulled pork, beans, and slaw. Hell yeah, dude. Texas has probably got the best barbecue ever. For sure. It's got the best beef because it's right there. You guys have so much beef there. All the cattles and stuff. All the cattle farms. Yeah, absolutely. And hi, he said. Hey, what's up, bro? What's up? The cry baby is me. I have your DoorDash. Please come to the front door. Hilarious. Runeville said COVID only changed my taste. Water was tasting like milk. Ooh, yeah. So you didn't get like super sick though. That's nice. I had no taste for like a week. Easy. And then her dad, Maddie's dad, couldn't taste anything for like almost 2 months. But he got it really bad, so luckily they got over it. But that shit sucked. The first time I got COVID. I got COVID again, but it was like a mild form of it. And I didn't get the COVID shot this year because I don't think I need it. And lo and behold, I didn't get COVID. So, but you know, it's all up to you. And then Runeville said, took me 3 years to get COVID once as a driver. Damn, you got lucky then, man. Yeah, 3 years. Whew. The first year, I didn't get it until the very end. And I was like, oh, I'm going to make it. I'm clear. I don't have to worry. I'm not getting sick, right? And then someone's family got me sick. And it was just miserable, but it happens, right? It's like you try to do everything you're supposed to, and guess what? You're probably still going to get it anyhow. So, and even then, I think then I didn't have the vaccine though. I don't think I got it then because they didn't have it. It was only for like older people. So I got like the full, you know, pretty miserable. I was sick for, I don't know, probably 3 to 4 days maybe. Yeah, it was pretty bad. So no joke. And I was COVID positive because I went and got tested. So everyone's saying COVID didn't exist. I'm like, bullshit, motherfuckers. I got it. If you didn't get it, you're lucky. So and then after that, I got the vaccine every year. Again, just my choice. And I only got COVID one more time, but it was a really mild form of it. And I was not as sick. I was positive, but it was like I didn't have hardly any symptoms. It was just like a runny nose, a bad cough, and then I just felt like shit. You know, I just like, ugh, just don't feel good. Like I don't want to do anything, like no energy. My muscles were so sore. So, but that was a mild form of it. So, but yeah. And then this year I didn't get the vaccine. I don't need it. Don't want it. Don't care. But yeah, it still exists, still out there. People are still getting it. It's just they don't talk about it on the news anymore. It's not a big deal. I mean, it's still happening. Like people die from the flu every year, even if they do get the flu shot. It's usually older people, though. So I know it sucked to be taken out like that. All right, I'll look at comments here in a second, and I'm trying to not talk about what's going on. So if you guys know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Like, you know, the whole U.S. going overseas and doing stupid shit. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it, so. But yeah, I'm in my little corner here. I'm painting and working closer to getting this Chaos Lord finally freaking done. And I'll check chat here in just a second. Oh, Kung Fu Panda, hey, what's up, dude? Welcome back, welcome back. And then Forever Lord 2 said I got COVID both pre and post shot. Kicked my ass the first time. Damn. Yeah.
Why kicked his ass the first time?
Well, he didn't have the shot. So that's pop, you know. And the first round, like the first novel virus when it came around was really nasty. That's the one that was taking people out. So yeah. And then you were out for 5 weeks. I am so sorry. That sucks, man. Yeah. Like, yeah. It's rough, dude. Yep. And then he said the second time he did it, it was only 3 days and he was over it, which is pretty good. I think the second time I got it, it was like 3 days or something, and it was a mild form of it, and that was post shot, you know. So same. Yeah, but the first time I was like cooked for like 5 days, maybe a week. Oh, it sucked. It sucked so bad. And It didn't get better every day. It still was miserable, hot, cold, you know, like chills all of a sudden. Kung Fu Panda said, just want to tell you I'm not having a good day. You're probably going to make fun of me for being nonsense to you. I was cringe by. Kung Fu Panda, what are you talking about, dude? I'm not judging you at all, dude. No one cares. Meaning, like, no one's, if you're having a bad day, it's okay to have a bad day, homie. Anyone who tells you you're not allowed to have a bad day is an idiot. Because that means they don't understand what life is about. And there's good days and bad days, and I have them too. So, I get it. And maturity is realizing that that's the truth. And then real maturity is even if you're having a bad day, you still put your boots on, you still get shit done, right? So that's the highest level. You know, that's the highest level of being an adult is like, even though I'm having a bad day, I'm not going to make my bad day anyone else's bad day. I'm going to do what I need to fucking do. And I'll have a pity party for myself later on. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you're a psychopath and nothing affects you. There's a fine line. All right, let me work some detail here, just a moment. Reneville said I took a nap, woke up, and felt like a fracture, like I fractured my back again. The doctor said, you have COVID. What? That's what he just takes a look at you, and you're like, my back is broken. He's like, COVID. It's definitely COVID, bro. Like the meme. And then Reneville said, when they said we refuse to tell what's in the vax, so when my red flags went up. Oh, interesting. I gotcha. Yeah. I mean, when the first vaccine came out, there were a lot of people who were like desperate to get it, right? Like they actually wanted it because they're like, oh shit, what if I get it? I might die, right? Like they should get it. And then they were speed running it. I mean, that was a part of it, right? They were supposed to clear the FDA as quickly as possible, get it out to as many people as possible. It's all about herd immunity, as it's called. Then there's natural immunity, right? But it's a novel virus, so. But some people would get COVID and they'd be fine. They were just a walking, you know, they could still transmit it, but they didn't get bad symptoms, which is interesting. And then there's the psychopaths that know that they have it and they don't care and they still go out. And even if there's vulnerable people around, they just say, well, then stay inside, don't go out. And I'm like, okay, Nurgle, calm down. Freaking Papa Nurgle's happy of that shit. No, that's the only thing that rubs me wrong. But like, if you got COVID, you don't care, doesn't affect you, that's good for you, dude. Just don't get my grandma sick and don't kill my grandma. That's all I ask. That's it. Simple as that. So, yeah, that was crazy times, guys. That was crazy times, man. That shit was fucking wild, dude. I saw it coming, too, believe it or not. Like, I'm a little bit of a conspiracy theorist, but, like, when I saw China welding people inside their houses on TV, like the Chinese news media and shit that was going out, I was like, and the fact that the U.S. wasn't really doing anything about it. Like, we're like, oh, we're going to stop all travel to China. And I'm like, dude, they're not going to fly out of China. They're going to fucking Italy, and then they're flying out of Italy too, idiot. Which they were. I already knew it. As soon as we started getting a couple people coming in, I'm like, oh, that shit's coming here, dude. I fucking called it. And then not even like a week later, I was in class at DePaul University, and the professor came in, and she's like, hey, guys, I just got the email. This is our last day in school. Everything will be going online. They're still working everything out, but they're going to transition it over next week. So we're going to have off the next couple of days, and then come next Monday, you're going to get class as it should be. So it was pretty wild. It was on a Friday, too. I remember that. Yeah, it was on a Friday they did it, and then they said, like, Monday we should have it up and running, and it was kind of grainy. Some of the professors they just like straight up canceled their classes, so I had to like switch over to different classes, or like different professors would take it on, and they're like, hey, this professor's not here anymore, So we had to do this. It was a little bit of an adjustment period, but it was actually kind of nice. I'm not gonna lie, doing classes at home it's pretty fucking bomb. The only thing that sucked is when you graduated, you didn't really get a graduation. So I got a little ceremony and it was really nice. So I got lucky with that. But it does suck when you don't get to see your friends as much, you know, because I did have friends in my college, and I look forward to hanging out with them like all the time. You know, we'd hang out in between classes and shit at the veterans. We had a veterans lounge and shit. I'd go in there and hang out with some of the guys and gals. There were some gals in there too, but once that stopped, I kind of lost that, and it kind of sucked. You know, we could still talk to your friends, still text them and everything, but that shit was wild, dude. And it's gone. You know, no one even. I mean, we barely even blink an eye at it anymore. But Neo says hello, Maddie.
Oh my gosh. Hey.
Hey, what's up, fam? Neo said, guys, I need help. My company heroes are missing color, but I want to ask, should I do Deathwing, normal green, or something similar to Inner Circle Companions? Ooh. Red? Red's not their color, Maddie.
Oh.
Wait, Neo, I thought you wanted to do it in old school. Like black and red, dude. Instead of dark, you know?
I'm going to sleep. Right now.
Yes, honey.
Right here.
Okay, go to sleep. Here we go. You know what's crazy is that I like look back at like the past like 5 years, and I'm just like, man, we've lived through a lot already. Like, this is crazy, the amount of things that keep happening.
You know what's the craziest thing?
What's the craziest thing?
Is that we got married. That
Yeah.
was wild.
That was pretty crazy.
That was so crazy.
I mean, it was like crazy. It wasn't like that crazy.
I mean, it was like insane. It was like crazy.
Isa Prism said, I'm bored. Well, welcome, dude. Welcome. You're good to hang out with here, man. If you wouldn't mind subscribing and liking, I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers, but here I do mini painting. So this is the back to this guy, and I'm finishing him up. I'd like to finish him up tonight, so I'm almost there. I'm just doing the skulls on the back of this. Sorry, I'm itchy right now. Oh, it's better.
You should ask your
Itchy. What's up?
followers which t-shirt I should get.
Well, I'd have to show it to them. I'll do a poll later or something maybe. But and then Neo said the only thing cringe is being a dick to people for just trying to talk about their issues. Yeah, I agree with that, man. Yeah, if you guys got issues, you know,
We got them too.
I'm not a therapist. I'm not a psychologist. But I was a staff sergeant in the Marine Corps, and I've had to talk to a lot of people who've had a lot of problems. So I know a thing or two because I've seen a thing or two. Doesn't mean I know everything, but I can at least understand it as best as I can. I might not understand everything, or maybe I'm suffering with it too. You know, I'm not fucking perfect, dude. I'm a stay-at-home husband. You know, I'm a disabled veteran. I'm 70% disabled. Most of it's mental and fucking tinnitus, but you know, I understand. I get it. But this is my happy place. Do what makes you happy, and it doesn't hurt anybody, and it doesn't hurt yourself. That's the main thing. Don't, you know, if people say, well, if you're not hurting anyone else, then you're not hurting anybody. I'm like, well, are you hurting yourself? You might want to think about it. So, unless if you don't give a shit, then yeah, whatever. Go hang out with Slanesh, right? And then Isoprism said, do you think it's more mature for adults not to swear, like to avoid swearing at all times, even if not in the presence of children? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I can say that without a doubt. Yes. I swear. I can control my swearing, but here on my channel, I can swear if I want. So, but I'm not as bad as I used to be. Like, you know, Forever Lurk 2 could probably say, like, Maybe he's different, right? But like for me, man, when I was younger, I used to swear all the time. All the time. I used to swear. Just because I was around it a lot, you know? And like I watched South Park as a kid and I'm like, oh, shit balls, you know? Like that show just kind of created part of my character. Not for the best either, because, you know, South Park's got a lot of controversy, so. And it's humor, but not everybody finds it funny, right? And I learned that through years of meeting different people, and like you try to crack jokes, and some people don't think it's very funny. Just because you think it's funny doesn't mean it's funny. Had to learn that the hard way a couple times, so I've even gotten threatened to get my ass kicked, right? Over something that I thought was pretty funny. Hey, you learn, right? You learn. Maybe I shouldn't make jokes about that. Maybe that's not that funny. Huh. Why does no one else understand this reference? That's weird. You know, everyone's different. All right, Neo said, I got vaccinated instantly because my mom was a nurse and she was worried. Really? Damn, good for you. Oh, it looks like someone got pulled over. Oh, no, never mind. That's just a plow truck. I thought it was lights. Someone got pulled over. They do pull people over there. Isoprism said, Crafter, I got a question. Shoot away, dude. Forever 2 said, if society can't return a shopping cart, they will spit on the door handle when and get positive for the lulz. 100%, bro. Yup. Neo said, anyone got any suggestions for my questions? Bruh, above. Isoprism said, Crafter. Sorry, I'm a little slow to answering these. Reneville said, I miss it when no one was on the road driving. Oh, that was so nice. Yeah, Caliban Green is what Reneville said. I agree with Caliban Green, of course. I think we talked about that, and you said you don't like Caliban Green. Neo said, I was thinking about that, but I saw the Deathwing transfers, and I wanted to do it on one of those as well, so now I'm just debating. I understand. Hey, Magnus, what's up, dude? Welcome, Magnus the Red. Neo said, yeah, but I'm stuck between painting these guys, Deathwing, or Inner Circle Companions in 30K colors. Then go Deathwing. How's that sound? Reneville said, yo, Magnus, you took on a Gundam army today. Oh, Reneville took on a Gundam army today. And then you blew up trying to tank all other shots. Yeah. Fuck is a magical word. It is, isn't it? Don't forget to bring a towel. Thank you, Neo. See, it's a joke now, because I get it. Dale Grover said, do you know Teacher Grant? No. I hope this is a joke. I do not know Teacher Grant. I hope this is leading up to a joke, because I love jokes. So if anybody's got any jokes, kick it. Laugh my ass off, you got the reference. Yes, I did, Neo. I used to love South Park. Now, not as much. They kind of fell off. Unfortunately, they're not as funny as they used to be. Now it's just all political shit, and I'm just like, okay, we get it. Ha ha ha, very funny. Trump's an idiot. It's just lame, dude, you know? Like, come up with better shit. Like, I miss the old days, man. Reneville said wrong reference. Oh, is he talking about something else then? Who's Teacher Grant? What is that? Yeah, they fell off, but I played the games and they're so fun. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. So you agree, dude. And the thing about, like, Matt Stone and Trey Parker is that they knew that people were falling off of South Park, and I think they didn't care. Especially, like, when Randy got his weed farm. Like, it was funny at first, but then they just made just so many episodes about it, and I'm like, okay, we get it. Ha, ha, ha. Like, they did have a 40K, a little bit of 40K in one of the episodes, and I thought that was probably the funniest one. If you know what I'm talking about, it's like when it was, like, spring break or whatever, and Randy's like, yeah, guys, spring break, fuck yeah. What do you guys want to do, guys? And he's, like, asking his son and his friend, and he was like, well, Dad, I think we were going to do 40K. And Randy's like, oh, fuck yeah, that must be some new drugs. Let's do some 40 fucking K. and then, like, the next day, Stan's buddy brings 40K to the kitchen table, and he's like, okay, I'm going to take my Tyranids, and they're going to fire into your Space Marines. And he's like, can you double check the range on that? It should be within 12. And he's like, yeah, it's 13. He's like, oh, okay, I'm out of range. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and try a charge. And then, like, the father's sitting there, and he's like, what the fuck is this shit? And they're like, this is 40K, Dad. And he's like, what the fuck is 40K? It's a funny episode. That one was good. I love that episode. So, yes. Hey, I got a sub. Thank you, Dale Grover. I appreciate you. Welcome. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Okay, yeah, I missed that reference. I apologize. I know a lot about sci-fi, but I don't know everything about sci-fi, right? So, but that was a cool movie. I would probably rewatch that movie if I could. So when that came out, it kind of got glazed over, and then a lot of people watched it, and they're like, "This is actually a really good movie because it's based off a great book, right?" So, really cool, super fun. But thank you for that. I appreciate it, brother. Dale Crover says they aren't as funny as they used to be, but hey, you can only be original for so long. Yeah, exactly, dude. I mean, they could have gone with so many different avenues. Like, I don't know. Once you start going down one path and that's all they got, and then it's just like it becomes Randy's show, and they know it. They know it's Randy's show. Is basically what they took it away from the little boys, right? Like it was supposed to be about the kids. Like we're the kids, right? I love Randy. He's probably one of my favorite characters, if not the most favorite character in all of South Park. But like he's funny because he's the stupid dad. You know, he's always the dumb dad who's like, oh, what's the, you know, he's just an idiot. Guitar Hero, like I love that episode. When the internet fucking goes broken and he's like, oh, it's a spooky ghost, you fucking retard with like, he's like trying to watch porn, but the internet's dead. Like the internet and the entire world died. So there's no internet, and Randy is like trying to jerk off and he can't go on any porn websites. He's like, oh no, what do I do? So he goes into like this, like, they go to this camp, and it's like this place where everybody's trying to like travel to California because they think the internet is there. So they hear that the internet is working in California because it's Silicon Valley, right? They're like, oh, the internet be out west. We got to head out west. So they stop in this like camp in like somewhere in the desert. And there's like a group of people. They're like, hey, you looking for some internet? And Randy's like, yes, I want some internet. And he's like, well, we don't have much internet around here, but we do have a little box over there. If you go in there, it'll act like it's the internet and they'll do whatever you want them to do. And he goes in this room. It's got like a computer screen or whatever. And it's got like a keyboard. And it's like, well, it like holds up a piece of paper of like, what would you like us to search or whatever. And he's typing all this stupid shit. And it's like the sock puppets start like doing each other. And he starts jerking off. And he's like, oh, and he explodes and shit. And then someone breaks in because they're like, it's his wife looking for him, and she opens the door to this fucking thing. There's fucking shit all over the place. And he's like laying back, like, oh. And she's like, Randy? And he's like, what happened? Oh no, it's ectoplasm. It's a spooky ghost. It got everywhere. It was so dumb. It was so dumb. Oh, I love South Park. There's so many better episodes too. But yep. Anyway, back to 40K. Oh my god. Tegrity Farms, yeah. Neo said, speaking of which, Tegrity Farms was such an annoying set of episodes. It got so boring. 100%, dude, yeah. It really did. Like, I only like the 40K one. That was, like, the only one that was good. Maybe there was another one, but I remember watching that, and I was like, this is the lamest. Like, what are they doing? But Matt Stone and Trey Parker are like, we can do whatever we fucking want. It's our show. You're going to watch it, you know? But, yeah, they kind of changed. Magnus said, I tried to show my little brother Pacific Rim. Oh, man. And after the intro, I asked what he thought about it, and he said it was a shit movie. What? Dude, Pacific Rim 1 was amazing. It is an instant cult classic. I love that movie. So good. It was so fucking good. It could have been better. Not gonna lie, could have been better, but it was so fucking awesome. Everything about that. Guillermo del Toro is an amazing director. When he really wants to be, right? When he really wants to be, he can be so fucking good. And he did such a good job with that. And just everything about it, the dark, the gritty, the scale of it, you know, oh, it was such a good fucking movie, man. And they did the second one, and it was a joke. So, yeah, he should have been imprisoned for heresy. Magnus said, I'm planning on doing it. Kung Fu Panda said, I just watched a video, and it was like, it said the mom was 19, but the child was 8. Oh. What video? What are you talking? That, I mean, how's that even possible? What the fuck? I mean, ugh. And then Neo said, "Hey Magnus, should I paint these company heroes as Inner Circle companion colors or 30K Deathwing?" So Neo's wondering what color he should paint his Dark Angels. So Renival said you can do a classic of a well hole in the basement and mention lotion to him. Yeah, he puts the lotion on the skin. torture your brother until he understands that Pacific Rim is good. I'm surprised. Like, I thought most kids would love that. Like, if I was a young kid, I still love it, and I'm an adult. I'm still giddy for it. I don't give a shit. I just love sci-fi. Magnus said 30K colors. Yeah, I'm saying that too, dude. 30K colors is pretty based. Pretty badass. Dr. Not So Happy 6649 says, are you a cool uncle or a mean uncle? I consider myself a cool uncle.
You're a pretty cool uncle.
I'm a pretty cool uncle.
You're a pretty silly uncle.
I am very silly. I agree.
Tickle.
Yep. I am a silly uncle. I consider myself a pretty fun uncle, luckily. And I enjoy it. It's fun. My niece is very cute.
What about your nephew?
My nephew's cute, but he's just a little guy. He doesn't really know yet, so. But he will learn.
Where's Uncle Travis?
Yeah. Where's Uncle Travis? Always asking for me instead of Maddie.
Yeah, it's not fair. I don't want to talk to you. Where's Uncle Travis?
Yeah, where's Uncle Travis? I'm like, I'm right here. She's like, oh, okay. She's a cutie. She's brave, too. She's very brave. A lot of energy. And she's her own person, which is awesome. You know, she's her own. She is who she is. And it's like you ask her parents, like, where did she learn that? And they're like, we don't know. Like, kids say the darndest things. That's her. She is very cute. She's great. We're jealous. I'm like, if I have a kid, I hope she's like that, you know? Make us some kids.
She had a little terrible too, but...
Yeah, she did have terrible twos, no doubt. No doubt. Do they?
Pretty much.
Pretty much?
They're always going to be a little stinker.
And then Renival said the second movie didn't make any sense. No, it didn't, man. No. They just Power Rangered it, is what they did, and they ruined it. They ruined it. They had it. They had the franchise, and look, it's dead in the water. Unless if Guillermo del Toro comes back and he does like a prequel, which that's kind of hard to do, right? You'd have to do a sequel, but that's kind of hard to do. So, or a spinoff. You could do a spinoff, but I don't know. If he does a sequel, I think they might be too old now. Idris Elba would probably do it. I don't know, maybe. He died in the movie, though, so you can't have him. You'd have to have him. You couldn't have him in a prequel, so you have to have someone else do that role. He died in the first movie, so he can't be in the sequel. So they're like, well, he has a son, even though they never mentioned it, that he had a son, because we all thought Mako was his, like, adoptive daughter. It was his prodigy, right? And why didn't they capitalize more on that? So, and then in the second movie, Mako dies like in a helicopter crash. Like, are you fucking kidding me? That's how you're gonna kill her off in a fucking helicopter crash? Like, what a slap to the freaking face of the viewers of this franchise. Tisk, tisk, tisk. It's like doing Predator and then just saying like, oh, Arnold Schwarzenegger died off screen. He died from a heart attack. Like, what? You can't do that. Don't even get me started on Predator freaking movies too, by the way. Yeah. Predator 1, Predator 2. And then that's about it. That's about it. Predators, not the worst. Could be better, but every movie after that, just shit. Alien vs. Predator, AVP 1 was good. Do I accept AVP 2? I mean, honestly, if you watch AVP 2, it's pretty fucked up, so I'm going to say it's pretty gnarly. It can stay. But everything after that, no. The new Aliens movie that they made, they were close. They were really close, but no. Magnus said I took apart a Stanley Fat Max and it blew up everywhere. Oh shit. What? And then Magnus said a Cherno Alpha prequel spinoff would be so sick. Dude, I love that walker. Oh, it's so sick. See, that does remind me, yes. The Cherno Alpha is super badass. And it like died like really quick. And I'm like, fuck, dude, it's so badass with the Russians. I love that. And now it's like, oh, we're secretly at war with Russia, so now in China, so we can't do movies together anymore or whatever, you know? Because it's all government controlled over there. The government has to say yes to it. Back then, we could get away with it. Now they're just like, oh, we're not going to do movies with Americans, you know? It's stupid. But yeah, Cherno Alpha is badass, dude. Prequel will be sick. And then they had, what's the walker, the Chinese with the triplets? I can't, was it Tsunami or Tsunami Red or, gosh, I'm probably butchering it, but like that one died on screen really fast, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? They could have done so much more with that. They hyped up all these guys like they're super badass, even in the first movie, and they kind of die kind of quick, and I was like, oh, that's lame. They must have ran out of budget, or maybe they just didn't have time for it, or maybe it got cut. I don't know what happened, but those fight scenes should have been significantly longer. So, and then of course there's Gypsy, and I love Gypsy. That's my number one. I love that one. That one's so badass. It's like, you know, Gypsy Rose. Okay, so the skulls are almost done here. Oh, I see a little spot I could do. Oops, I missed a spot. Let me get my magnifiers because I got to be able to see what Red Typhoon. Thank you, Renival. I thought it was Tsunami Red. That's, yeah. So I was close. Thank you. Gypsy Danger. That's it. Thank you. Gypsy Rose. Shut the fuck. Yeah. Gypsy Danger. Thank you. Thank you, Renival. I appreciate you. Gypsy Rose. Isn't that like a girl? Yeah. I don't know where my head's at. I can't remember things. Like the firing sequences are not going right. And then they said, Magnus said, an animated series would be actually really good, Dr. Not So Happy. Animated series, I'd watch that. Yeah, I'd watch that. That'd be pretty sick, dude. It could be done. It can be done. It's not impossible. They just have to do it right. Magnus said they should make a prequel spinoff where Cherno Alpha held the Siberian Wall for 6 years. That's right. That's right. That'd be pretty sick. That would be badass. Yeah, 6 years of holding them off. Yes. Oh, that'd be sick. See? Yeah. It's like me and Renival were talking about they should come out with another Austin Powers movie. You know? Like a sequel. Like in it could be modern time, but like he could go back in time or whatever, but we were joking about like what that could look like, and I was saying like, you know, Austin Powers is older now, so he's like got kids and none of his kids look like him. You know, he's got like black kid, he's got an Asian kid, you know, just like all these different kids that make no sense. And they're like, Dad, and like one big buff black guy or something, and he's like, Papa. Like stupid slap humor, you know what I mean? Just stupid shit that Austin Powers is known for. And then like Mr. Evil is senile and crazy, and he'll like press buttons and kill the wrong people for no reason. He's like, where's number 2? Where's number 2? And they're like, Dr. Evil, number 2 died like 15 years ago. And he's like, what? Like, how funny would that? Where's Mr. Bigglesworth? And the cat died like 40 years ago. Oh. Huh. Where's number 2? They'd have to do it right? And then, you know, Scott would take over. Scott would be the new Miss Dr. Evil. It'd be kind of funny if they got Seth Green to bring him back. So, yeah. Cherno Alpha's a badass Jaeger. I agree, Magnus. Yeah. I like Gypsy Danger. That's just me. I think Gypsy Danger's fucking awesome, but I love Cherno Alpha too. Very cool. Very cool. 100%, dude. I just love analog, you know? I just love analog when it's like, oh, they run off fucking... Like Gypsy Danger, I'm pretty sure she runs off of nuclear fission power, you know? So it's like they tried to EMP it and they couldn't EMP it because it could still run, you know what I mean? Yeah. And then Cherno Alpha is also an older school Jaeger, but it's just awesome looking. I just love the look of it, how heavy it is. I love the rocket pods. I love just everything about it, man. It's just badass. And the pilots are really cool too. They could do so much more with it. What are you doing, bro? What's the vibe? Dylan the Villain, what's up, bro? I'm painting miniatures. So this is what I do. This is what I'm good at. I'm not really good at much else, unfortunately. I've tried a lot of things. I'm not really good at all. I can play pool okay, I guess. But I paint miniatures. That's my thing. I'm an artist. So it's all sci-fi based tabletop game. And it's a strategy. I like to call it a tactical game, but you could call it strategy. And then he said, what are you talking about? We're talking about different genres of... Oh, dope, bro. Thank you. Yeah. And we're currently talking about... oh, my God. There goes my memory. We're talking about Jaegers in the movie Pacific Rim. That's it, Pacific Rim. So, sorry I just got here. You're good, bro. You're good. Yeah, and I'm just painting, and I'm just letting it dry while I paint. So I just kind of like... I'm just painting one guy in particular. He's just my Chaos Lord. His body's done. I just need to finish his little cape and stuff. So, yeah, and Austin Powers. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we're just talking about movies. If there were like a sequel that they could do or a prequel, you know, like if there's any movies that you want to see be made, that'd be pretty sweet. And then speaking of Astartes 2, that'll be coming out in the summer. So if you're into 40K, if you get Warhammer Plus, the app, you will have access to that. Else, I wonder if someone's going to try to screen record it and bootleg it. I wouldn't be surprised. So he asked, do I sculpt and paint? I do paint. I don't technically sculpt. It's a light form of sculpting. It's more like whittling a little bit. So if I have to shave something down or make it into the right shape, or if I want to use something to fit on him that normally he wouldn't come with, I can get another part and put it on here, but you got to make it fit. And these are a part of a board game. Yes, that's correct. They can be figurines. There are people that do this just for art, all right? So just for art, but these are also used in a tabletop game. I play the bad guys. They're known as Chaos. This is the Black Legion in particular. I got many of these things made, but I do live every Wednesdays, and I try to go live once every weekend. And there's other people in the chat too that have their own YouTube channels who do things similar to me. So like I can show off other things that I've made, if you're so curious. Ba-boom. So I painted and created these guys, for example. These are a part of my army. I've been doing this for almost a year, but I've known about 40K for a very long time. Yeah. So this right here, this is a Dark Apostle. I know it's kind of hard to see it. Maybe if I turn the lights on. Let me turn on the lights. I'll just be right back. I'll show you off some of my guys. Oh, I got my Coke Zero here too. Do you want a Coke Zero one?
No, I'm gonna go lay in bed and watch House and look at stupid shit on my
All right, that's fine.
iPod.
Let me draw this down.
On my iPod.
On your iPod? Yeah, I know. I'm tired. I'm tired too. I'm like, what is it again? What do I call it? My brain.
Here's my iPod.
Yeah, grab your iPod. All right. Yeah. So I have a couple of these guys that you use in a game called 40K. So this is a Master of Possessions. I built this guy. He usually shows up as plastic. It doesn't look like much when you first get it, but then you glue it together. You got to shave it down. You glue it together. You prime it, and then you have to paint it. So these are some of the guys that I've done. And if you look on my channel too, Dylan the Villain, you can see other ones that I've made, or like pictures of some. I got to do better with it, but I am slowly showing these off one by one. I already showed that one off. Ooh, this guy's cool. There's a Havoc Marine. So this guy's got a Chain Reaper cannon, or as we know it, a fucking minigun, right? But I created this guy. So they come in a kit, but you have to do all the hard work. So, just an example. I have other stuff too, but I've been doing this for almost a year now. It's pretty cool, huh? And it takes a long time to do it. So, let me get this up a little bit. Right about there. And I got big boys. Ugh. So I got big boys too, as you can see. So I've been doing this for about a year, and I've gotten pretty far. I have more than this. This is just some of them. I do have Krieg as well. And it takes a while, but when it starts, it's just plastic. It doesn't look like much, but I'm like, for example, I bought a plow. This is like a spare bit. I'm gonna put it on this tank so it has a plow on the front of it. So it doesn't come with it, but I'm the one who does that, right? Let me just keep showing it off. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Yeah. So a lot of these, they don't come with everything. Like this one has the fucking flayed bodies on the back. I did that. They didn't come with that. I got the chain and I like clipped it and I put it on here. And then I even drilled a hole through the guy's foot and I actually put a hook through it. So it's actually dangling. So I did that. There's a lot of customization you can do in this. And that's why I love it. Like, you don't have to do what the box art does. You can do your own thing. So, like, for example, Renival, who's another great subscriber, he also posts cool shit online or on Discord as well. You can see how he paints things. And he's asking us, like, hey, what color should I do? You know, what color should I do on these guys, for example? Oh, 3D printing or from scratch. These are store-bought. I do not 3D print. I don't have a 3D printer. And honestly, I don't know if I'd be very good at it. I could probably figure it out, but I would rather just buy it from someone who does it and they know exactly what they're doing, you know? And I don't really have a lot of room in here either. So maybe if I get a house one day and like I get a lot of money, yeah, I'll get a 3D printer and I'll probably do it myself. But I like to make friends with people, and if they have a 3D printer, I'm like, hey, I pay you $50, will you do this for me? So, yeah. Yeah. You need one single room to dedicate to it. Yeah, practically. There's a lot of stuff that goes into 3D printing. So, we got like an office. You need like a half the damn... Yeah. Yes, the lazy way. Yes. It's not lazy. It's jokes though. Yes. Yeah. I mean, some people can sculpt minis, some people do. That's not me. I'm not much of a sculptor. I trim it, I prime it, and then I paint it. So, you know, it's like you could say I'm an artist, and it's like if you give me a canvas, I could probably paint you a pretty fucking rad ass thing on canvas, right? So I can do that too. I started in drawing, so I did like different designs. I've done tattoo designs. I've done album covers for bands. I've done t-shirt designs. I've done even challenge coin designs. I've done one or two of those. So I guess you could say product designer, but now I'm just into 40K. This is just kind of my thing, and I like it. And this is a lot easier to store than a shit ton of paintings. So if you're a painter, you know what it's like to have a bunch of paintings and you gotta stuff them somewhere or figure out what, you have to travel with all of them. Like these guys, they all fit in a nice little box and you could just carry it with you. And if you ask why I don't sell them, I could resell them. Some people do. I don't have any of my canvas stuff with me. I do not. Gone, gone, gone. So, yeah, even if it's old work, yeah, no, it's gone, 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 homie. I haven't picked it up since then, but yes. But you can. These can be resold if you want to. Yeah, some people sell them for like a couple hundred, depending on what it is, right? And if you're really, really good, you could probably sell it for $1,000. Some people sell their entire army. I like to keep mine because I want to use them in the game. So, yeah. But there's different type of artists out there, right? What do you do, Dylan the Villain? What's your hobby or craft? What do you do? I think this is just about dry. I'm ready for layer. Yeah, it's ready for layer. So I'm going to get Screaming Skull. Mix it up. A big white can. These are blinds, homie. I live here, but like I can't paint on this shit. I get kicked out, dude. Maybe they'd like it, I don't know. Yeah, they would be pissed. I remember Maddie would be pissed too. Yeah, my wife would kill me. That'd be pretty sick though if I could paint like Abaddon back here. You're giving me ideas. Dylan the Villain says work and sleep, LOL. Well, where do you work in? What do you do, bro? Oh, Magnus said I learned how to solder today. Light work. That's nice. What were you soldering? For like pipes or like circuitry? Krisho Munich 15 says hi. Hi, what's up, bro? Welcome, welcome. Please subscribe. Hit that thumbs up. I appreciate it. Oh, copper? Yep. Dude, that shit's hard, bro. That shit's hard with the freaking flux and everything. Yeah, I've tried doing that. That shit's hard. It is not easy. I've done it. I got one pipe fitting really good on there, and then the other ones, it would just spray water everywhere. I'm like, this is hard to do. I don't get it. I thought I could do it. No. And then Chris Schomer Newnick says it was easy, but he's a plumber. Yeah, exactly. I'm not a tradesman, bro. I've never been trained in plumbing a day in my life. So for me, I'm like, oh, time to, yeah, copper piping. Yeah, no, thank you. I tried to help a friend, did not work out. Did not work out, but... Dylan the Villain says, if they get kicked out, I got space in my guest room here in Cape Town. Cape Town? Like South Africa? What? What you talking about, Willis? And he says, I'm a call center agent for a popular U.S. service provider, but I do music. Oh, okay, there you go, dude. See, you got a hobby. Yeah, music's dope. Do you, like, play, or are you... like a DJ where you mix things up, try to make some tunes? Mixed up the paint really good. LED said, what are we talking about? A little bit of everything. We got some new people in the chat. Say hi, Ellie. People just talking about what they do. So Dylan the Villain, he is in South Africa. Okay. And then Chris Shomernuik, I don't know if I said that right, said New Brunswick. And he said, no, I'm not from New Brunswick, LOL. But I'm Canadian. Okay. Ooh, Magnus said I got a sweet ballpoint pen today. Okay, there you go. Wait, why were you learning how to solder? How did that come into the play? How did that happen? Was someone just like, hey, come over here, I'm going to teach you something, or what? Chris Homan-Nook. Homan-Nook. Okay, thank you. I'm sure you've had to spell that out multiple times. I get it, dude. My last name's really hard to fucking say, too. I'm not going to say it because of personal reasons. You could probably find me if you look me up online. Whatever, but I try to keep it separate. Gotta keep it separated. Chris Homan-Nook. That's a cool name. It sounds very Canadian. Or as Magnus says, my fellow syrup drinker. Magnus is awesome, by the way. I love Canadians. I've met multiple Canadians over my life. I've never had anything negative to say about any of them, ever. They are awesome. I've never met anybody and I was like, wow, that freaking Canadian's such an asshole. Like, nope. They're always super cool, super based, really chill. Shit, one of my friends in high school, we called him Canada. That was his nickname. Big fucking big motherfucker. He was huge, and I used to wrestle him all the time. We'd freaking just fight randomly. I'd be like, hey, Canada! And I'd just charge at him and just fucking take him down, just try to fucking, just try to beat him up, and he would always win. But I always scrapped with him, and it was kind of fun. He was a cool guy. Big motherfucker. It's like I see a big guy, and I'm like, you, me, we're gonna fight. And he's like, what? The fuck? Who are you? Fucking insane. I'm like, I want to see how strong you are. He's like, oh, okay, all right. You want to find out, homie? I'm like, bring it. I get my ass kicked. All right, let's do it again. Same time tomorrow. Oh, God. Putting some layer of Screaming Skull on this guy just to give it a good, like a yellow color to the skull, because that's usually what you want to see. So I base it with Wraithbone, which is like a eggshell white almost. Not super opaque, and then I layer it with Screaming Skull, which is very opaque. I'm just gonna kind of get a little bit of the excess off here. Kind of went a little heavy with it. Oopsie poopsies. Happy little mistakes. It's okay. Nice. Much better. Let me just get a little bit of water on this tip. I'm just gonna kind of thin it down. Thin down the Screaming Skull, because it's very opaque, like I said, which means it's not see-through. So I'm just going over it in certain parts just to make sure that it's not too thick on it with the texture. So there we go. Looking pretty good. Oh yeah, that looks pretty good from here. Hell yeah. And you could tell the difference between, well, maybe you can't see it, but, oh, I forgot I could do this. Duh. And then we got... Oh, okay, so for a whole skilled trades fair thing I went to. Oh, that's dope. There you go. Oh, he said, come out and play. Dylan the Villain said, I'm a producer, artist, and DJ, but I do DJ like Psytrace, house, and kind of vibes. Oh, that's dope. Dude, if you make some music, I'll show it off in my YouTube because I do shorts and I like using like cyber, like dark techno type stuff because it's very 40K. So it just looks cool in the videos. So how long have I been working on this individual piece? I'm kind of slow, but I would say I've been working on him for less than a week. But we're talking maybe 2 hours a day. So yeah. I could do it really quick, but I like to do detail painting. I enjoy the hobby for itself. Gaming is a whole other thing. And then Chris Homanuk says, Magnus, where you from? Which Providence? And he said, nah, but this pen has a bubble level in it and a 3-inch ruler and a Phillips head screwdriver in the back. Nice. And he said, I'm from Ontario, bro. Dylan the Villain said, kind of fell off with rapping, but life happens. Yeah, I get it, dude. Can't really plan, you know. Yeah, I get you, man. Chris Homanuk said, watching from Van City. I'm not familiar with where that is. And then Dylan the Villain said, how long are you working on this current piece? And then Dylan the Villain said, on a scale of 1 to 10, how good will you rate your own work? Ooh. On a scale of 1 to 10, and this is me, I hate to compare myself to other mini painters. I would say I'm probably like a solid 8 to an 8.5 out of 10. So, because there's always someone better than me, right? Like, I'm not a 10 out of 10. I'm not perfect. Those guys are on a whole nother level, and that's all they do. Very rarely do they actually play with their own minis because all they do is art. So, and if you want to figure out how good people can be at this, look it up online. Type in 40K minis, and you'll see endless amounts of examples from people who barely try to people who try, and it looks pretty good, for people who are like me, who are like, objectively, that's very well done. Like, I've had people look at my minis and go, holy shit, you did this. So, like, I consider that a good response from someone who knows nothing about 40K. So even someone who doesn't know anything about 40K, they see it, they go, holy shit, this is actually really fucking cool. So if that speaks to anything of my abilities. So, and that's why I do this, because I'm actually good at it. I'm not good at much else, so unfortunately. It's like Paul is bad at stuff. Yeah, Travis is bad at a lot of stuff too. So, and then Reneville said, can't wait for April 9th to be here. Yep. LED said, my birthday. Is your birthday really April 9th? Reneville said, I get to move out of the rental house into a house to be owned. Nice, dude. Hell yeah. That's awesome. Reneville said, in the current rental house, AC is out. Yeah, you've been complaining about that for a while, dude. It's 92 today, and the landlord hasn't bothered to fix it, and it's been over 15 days. Oh my God, look up your local tenant landlord act. Tenant landlord act. Every state has their own, and there's like rules in there, and if they break those rules, you can sue them. You can sue them in small claims court and get money. And it's big old fuck you to them. So, that's bullshit, bro. LED said, I don't want to be 28. Oh, no. So just don't age, bro. Yeah, duh. That's what I tell myself every day. Dylan the Villain said, yes, sir. Forever Lurk 2 said, can confirm, age sucks. Yeah, same, dude. I'm getting there. I'm 34. Ugh, my knees crack just thinking about it. Arneville said, then I am 9 to you. Arneville, what are you talking about? Dylan the Villain said 100 for that, bro. And then LED said it's the 6th, but that's okay. So April 6th. Okay, gotcha. April 6th is LED's birthday. I'm saying this now. That way we all know. LED, what do you want for your birthday? What's something we can do for you? Do you want a special day where you get to be on the live? You do like a Discord? I don't freaking know. What would you like, Ellie? Maybe we can get you something. We all pitch in and buy you something. I don't know. Got some generous people here. Wouldn't mind helping you out. Maybe there's something you're looking for. Nothing too expensive, right? Like, but if there's anything like a little that you'd like, we could probably help. If you want something to help you making cosplays, like a new tool or something, maybe like a rotary tool or something like that, we could probably do something. Poor monster in my eyes. Is that what you want? Gift her one of your pieces? Oh, I could. I could. I'd probably give her one of my little goblins. Not to say you don't mean anything to me, but the fact that these are my first ones, you know, these are my first minis I ever painted. So, this one, this little guy, like a little shotgun blender bust thing. This guy I'm keeping forever. He's my first mini. I'm not getting rid of him. I love him. Little dual-wielding goblin. So, I could do that. I'm making stickers too, so I'm working on making stickers for the channel. I wouldn't mind doing like a hobby mat. Maybe I could find out how to make hobby mats or like pay someone to do it for me and then I sell them. I don't know. I'm thinking of ways to like monetize it without selling my minis because I love my minis and I want to keep them. So, but I could do commission work, of course. Not a big fan. Goblin is crazy, bro. Thank you. Yeah, I love little goblins. They're cool. Yeah, they're fun. Thank you. Actually, everyone pour monster in their eyes. Oh God, we're all gonna go to the hospital. Magnus said, yo, at work on Thursday, I went down to the patrol hut because my wrist was hurting. Ooh. And then a ski patroller checked it out for 2 minutes and deadpanned, yeah, it's broken. Like, what the hell? Oh, are you serious? Oh, no. Dylan the Villain said, how long did it take me to paint those goblins? Probably way too long. I think it took me 2 weeks just to paint those guys because I was so new to it. And I was using the wrong brushes. I didn't know how to blend. I didn't fully understand how to do it. So it took me way longer than it should have. But it was only like 1 or 2 hours. You know, maybe I think I put probably 8 to 9 hours into all those little guys. So like an hour, like roughly a little over an hour each. But that's way too long for, if I were to paint it now, I could get it done in 1 day. Like easily. I could get all those guys done with contrast paint and just fucking, I could slap chop it or whatever in no time. Speed paint it, sure, but I'd probably just slap chop it. So, but they're just goblins. Those are easy. I don't really, you could put a lot of detail into them, but I don't think it's necessary. But like for these guys have a lot more ornamentation going on. There's a lot more. Let me pull my phone down. Let me do one of these. So it's probably a lot better now you can see him, right? Because before you couldn't see him, but there's a lot going on here. I mean, look at his backpack, all these little intricate segments and shit, and like all this little, even the fur. So I did the fur, right? If it would focus, did the fur there. But I mean, when they start off, they literally start off like this, dude. It's little plastic guys, and then you get to make them look fucking cool. Or like this guy. This guy's a servitor. And his only job is to literally carry a book. But it's an unholy book that fucking conjures demons. But this is a human that's been basically lobotomized. And its only purpose is literally just to carry this book everywhere it goes. It's like a robot, but it's a human being because they don't believe in AI in the future. Because AI took over the world, well, tried to take over the universe a long time ago and it didn't happen, yada, yada, yada. Look up the Men of Iron for that. You know, go down a rabbit hole. Yeah, it's a chaos servitor. That's exactly. Yep. Thank you, Dylan the Villain. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's a vibe, bro. I'm not really into this stuff, but I understand the work in your craft. It does take time and effort. Thank you. It does. It takes a lot. Yeah. And I mean, if I did this all day, like I have a life, right? I got a wife. I got shit I got to do around the apartment. I got shit I got to do outside the apartment. So And I also spend time making videos too. So I'm not just only painting. But I have like audio books I'll be audio excerpts. So it's more nerdy than World of Warcraft. Yes, it is. But it's cooler. That's the difference. It's cooler. Iron Warrior 42 says, nice shirt, by the way. Thank you, bro. Hell yeah. You're an Iron Warrior? Fuck yeah. Please join the Legion. Please subscribe. I'm looking for people that are into chaos. Of course, 40K in general, but if you're a chaos follower or you got a chaos army and that's what you're about, this is the channel for you, my guy. So please subscribe, thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. I go live every Wednesday, and then I try to go live once every weekend, and that's it. And then I post shorts, I post little videos. I have a Discord if you want to join it. It's on my channel in my description, like the About Me or whatever. There's a permanent link in there you guys can join. And if you paint minis or whatever you craft, you could put that in a hobby showcasing, see what our guys make. And you can just you could blend in really well. You could join us and we talk about other shit too. We have a general chat for whatever. We have a memes thing. If you love memes, bring it. So thank you, Iron Warrior. Yeah, I was in the Marines, man. So I'm a Marine veteran, combat veteran. I was in Afghanistan in 2011, in Garmshur and Lashkar Gah, which is down in Helmand province. Yes, I got shot at. No, I didn't kill anybody, unfortunately. Luckily for them. Yes, I've been near IEDs. Yes, I've seen IEDs go off. Yes, I've found IEDs, and I'm in one piece for the most part. A little crazy up here, but it's okay. Dylan the Villain said, my time zone might not allow me to pop in often, but I do frequent lives. Oh, okay. But if I see you again, I'm definitely chilling out with you. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. You're always welcome to, bro. Yep. Try to keep it real here. Try to keep it light. You know, I don't want to make it too serious, but we have a great group of people. And then Chris Homnick says, damn, yes, sir. Yeah, 07. Yeah, really? You were in 07. Or you're saying you're in 07. Forever Lurk's also a veteran, too. He's an Army veteran. He was in Fallujah. Fallujah 1 and 2. No? Oh, okay. He said 07. I was like, oh, okay. Maybe you mean no snap. That means salute. Oh, the little emoji. There it is. Forever Lurk 2 says, I still dream about it. And if I don't want to dream, I'll smoke a tree. Yeah, bro. I appreciate it for the salute, bro. Thank you. I salute you back. Yeah, we got a couple people. How many years? I was in for 11. So more than 4. Forever Lurk retired out of it. So he did his time. He did all, I don't know if he did 20 or 22 or 20. He probably did 40. I don't know how many years Forever Lurk did, but he retired out of it. Usually you have to do 20, but there are ways to retire a little early too. Yeah. I did 11 years. Holy crap, Oli. 4 years active. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense for Forever Lurk, yeah. So you get 16, but I had combat time. Exactly. That's how you're able to, like, retire a little bit earlier. Yeah, those combat time multipliers, exactly. So, like, if I wanted to retire, I mean, I would still do... Well, it depends on if you're on the high 5 system and then all this other... Now they have, like, different TRICARE... Or not TRICARE. Like, different retirement plans, and it's a little bit different than how it used to be, but, like, I could consider myself that I did retire because I left service. But I didn't retire formally. So, I wish. I didn't make it that long. My body and my mind were not having it. So, mainly my mind and my heart. My heart wasn't in it anymore. and I looked at the rest of my time I'd have to do in service, maybe 9 years, maybe longer, depending on. But I didn't see. It wasn't the military that I first joined. It wasn't fun anymore. They took the fun out of it. So, retired, bro. You look like you're 29. I'm 34. I'm 34. I appreciate that though. Yeah. No, I am done with the military. So I hung it up. I ended it a little early. I could have done all 20, but it's easier said than done. A lot of people are like, why didn't you just do 20 years? I'm like, yeah, you'd be surprised. I started at 18. So. I could have joined at 17. Sometimes people do that. But you have to have parents' permission to do it. And my mom said she wouldn't do it. And my recruiter told me, what's the rush, dude? Boot camp isn't going to go anywhere, is what he told me. And I'm like, you know what? You're right, dude. He's like, if I were you, just enjoy your last year, like when you graduate. Go have fun. Go party. Don't be too stupid. Don't get into trouble, which I did get into trouble. I did go to court. Oops. But he just said, keep your nose clean. Don't be a jackass. Work out. Take care of yourself. Sleep, eat, all that, do whatever you want to do. Have fun while you can, because once you leave, your ass is theirs. So he was right. And I'm glad I did that. Some people just can't wait. They just want to join right away. Maybe they want to get out of the house. Maybe they don't have anything else going for them, or maybe they just really want to join, and that's fine. If you really want to be in the military, it's your service to your country. You serve in your own way. Some people, they come from military that were in their family forever, and usually those are the guys that are like, I want to join as soon as possible. For me, I took my time. I had fun. I partied. I drank. I went out with the opposite sex. I smoked. I worked out. I made good friends. I wasn't a total jackass, but like I enjoyed my teen years for the last time that I could. Because once you go into the military, it's a little different, You don't get to just do whatever you want all the time. Or if you're like, I just don't want to be here. I think I'm going to call in sick today. Like, there's no sick days. Just don't exist. Whether you're sick or not, you're going to go. Magnus, back to you breaking your wrist. When did that happen? You said Thursday? Like last Thursday, dude? Because you just kind of skimmed over that. You got to talk more about that, homie. Another good layer, Screaming Skull. Dylan Villain said, thank you for your service, bro. Have you seen a few things like activities in war zones? I've seen some crazy shit, homie. Yes, I have. I've seen someone with their guts hanging out. I've seen what IEDs can do to trucks, and I've seen bodies that were plastered to the inside of the truck and they couldn't get it off, and they kept it in the middle of a base because they wanted us to see it. I've seen kids missing legs and arms. I've seen kids with burns on their body. I've seen women that were missing hands. I've seen some fucked up shit. Yeah. So unfortunately, but luckily nothing too bad. I wasn't at D-Day. You know what I'm talking about? Like that's That's the movie shit. But I mean, those guys back in World War II, totally different story. Even then, some of it's probably a little doctored up. But yeah. And he said it's fun in small doses, but it's mainly boredom. Yeah, it can be. Yeah. Especially the higher up you get in rank, things change. Things change. They really do. All the things you could do when you were younger and dumb and get away with it, and you can't really do that when you're older because you're supposed to be responsible, and like that's the way it is, right? Like you don't get to hang out with your homies as much anymore. Like you have different friends, you know? And you're just so focused on the mission, you're so focused on like leadership and your Marines, like you're not really, you know, it's not as much about like, oh, let's go have fun, let's go do stuff, you know, let's go somewhere. It's more like, hey, let's go scope out the Marines, make sure they're not drinking. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? It's fucking stupid, you know. Like for me, if they want to underage drink, I don't give a shit. You want to know why? Because they raise their right hand to fight in the military, and they might fucking die to be in the military. So if they want to underage drink, so long as they're not stupid about it and they're not jackasses, I don't give a fuck. That's how I was. I'm not your conventional fucking staff sergeant, you know? If I see him being a fool, I will grab him by the collar and throw him in the room and go, what the fuck do you think you're doing drinking in the open, you fucking idiot? You know what I mean? Slap him upside the head and go, all right, you don't know how to drink responsibly? Well, I do. Give me your beer. Who are you going to tell? So, but I'm cool about it, you know? They got to learn their lesson. But, like, I'm okay if they want to drink. I'm okay with it. I don't care. Just don't drink and drive. You know, don't do that. And then Chris Homanek says, that may be a viable option in the military. They don't really push that here in Canada. Yeah, you could come here to America and join. They'll take you. And we actually got money up here. Well, down here, technically. So, and then Magnus said it's not actually broken. I got full movement without pain. Probably just strained it in the previous day snowboarding. Oh, okay. You definitely be careful with that, homie. Definitely, because a strain is a lot closer to breaking. So, yeah. Take care of that. Until it breaks, it's basically a lot weaker now, unfortunately. So, and then Chris Homanek said, must have great benefits. I always see commercials for USAA. Yeah, it's a good, I got the insurance for them. And we've had an accident, and we've had a couple things that have happened, or like someone stole my bike from here. They have really good renter's insurance, like no premium charge at all. And they paid me like within a day or two, the full amount. Of course, there was an investigation. They need pictures, a police report, but like, you don't have to pull their teeth like a child. You know what I mean? Now, if your house burns down, I don't know what that's like, because there are others like State Farm Insurance and shit that's big in the U.S. They're under a lot of scrutiny because they have a really bad thing of not paying people back right away, where it could take months. And there's people like living in their hotel and they're still waiting on insurance to pay it back, you know, because they have to have fire to come out and investigate it, and then their own investigation. Ugh, you know. But it does have pretty good benefits if you stick with it and you do your term. Do your term, you have benefits pretty much for life. Pretty good. And your kids too. Especially if you retire, it's even better. But you know, if you get out of the military from honorable service, you're set up for life. You're set up better for life, you know? And then the VA, it's not perfect, but it's a lot better than it's ever been. So it can always improve, right? Dylan the Villain said, is this sculpting a result of the Army or pre-deployment? Oh, this? Or what do you mean? LED said, shh, you're gonna make me cry. Dylan the Villain said, so this shit is real, like I'm out work right now. And then he said, like, out in the world right now. Sorry for all the typos. I'm confused. Oh, he said he's blazed. Okay, thank you. No judgment here, dude. You're good. We're cannabis friendly. Forever Lark 2 said, crazy true story. 4 of us in the back of a Hummer, driving through a market in Tikrit. This is in Iraq. A kid, maybe 10 years old, tries to throw a grenade in our vehicle. He threw the pin, not the grenade. Red mist. No way. Fuck. That's gnarly, dude. Damn. Threw the pin. He's like, oh, fuck you. Still holding the fucking grenade. God damn. That's a crazy story. Thank you for sharing that, Forever Lord. Damn. Yeah, there you go, guys. That's real war. Woof. Damn. Dylan the Villain said, you're a cool dude. LED said, I hate my mom, I hate my dad, I hate my friend, his name is Chad. And that's a song lyric, so don't freak out. Dylan the Villain said, we need Google Translate. And she said, because? Damn, Forever Lord. Yeah, that's crazy. That's wild, dude. Yep. That's absolute. That is absolute villainy. And I believe it, because I mean, for us, when we were in Afghanistan, like the little kids, you could trust them, but only this much. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know what they're gonna do. They could be scoping you out, asking you all these questions, especially if any of them speak any English, or you know, they're like trying to steal shit from you. That's always a thing. You gotta beat them off like flies. Oh, that sounded wrong. But they like buzz around you and they try to take your shit. Like one buddy, they took his knife. So, little shitheads. Some of them were cute kids and they were fine, but like some of them, they'd throw rocks at us. Like we'd have slingshots on our vehicles and we'd dome them. We would get like rocks. I had a rocks in my pouch and I had a little slingshot. And you can't shoot at the kids, right? You can't kill them. You shouldn't do that. It's not right, even though you might think about it. It's not the right thing to do. So what do? You fight fire with fire. They throw rocks at you, you go, gotcha, bitch. And like for us, they would run. When we would come through the towns, we would be driving through their towns, and these kids would try to run and jump up on our vehicles, and they would climb in the back of these vehicles where all of our water and food and stuff was, and they would take it and throw it out the back to their friends, so they would take it and run away. So we wouldn't let them, like they would, like cats, these kids, like they don't have any sense of danger. These kids would, it's like a game for them. They would like run up and try to jump on our shit to steal our things. And like food, we need that food. It sucks, but like we brought that for the mission because we're going to be gone for a couple days. We're probably not going to get a resupply. Sorry, kids. But like if we're out and we're like patrolling and I know I'm only going to be out there for like a day, like I'll give him a chocolate bar. It's fine. I don't care. I'll give him my Skittles, or at least half of it. Like, here you go, kid. Here's half the Skittles. Share it with your buddies, and usually they don't. Or I had a friend who would, he would give them stuff, but he told them they had to fight for it. So these kids would literally, like, throw hands and fight each other over it. And whoever won, or if they, like, wrestled, whoever won would get, like, a Reese's or something, or, well, I mean, that would melt. But you know what I mean? Like a Twizzlers. And then these kids would come up to us and they'd try to sell us cigarettes and, you know. The cigarettes were always shit, by the way. They were never good. Forever Lurk 2 said Dylan the Villain, so all the crazy stories about Cape Town are true? I bet they are, man. And then Dylan the Villain says, Forever, what do you mean, King? Well, he means if you live in South Africa, in Cape Town, which is like really dangerous, you got to have some crazy fucking stories too. What do they call it, the barrios or whatever, the fucking, maybe that's Brazil, but South Africa is probably one of the most dangerous countries in the world, if you didn't know. If he's actually there. He might have just said I live there, but maybe he doesn't. I don't know. I know Elon Musk is from there, so. And I think Jeffrey Epstein was from there too. Don't quote me on that, but. Or South Africa. They got so many problems there. The fucking murder rate is so high. It like per capita compared to the US, it makes the US look like a fucking joke, dude. Wait, Maggie, you going to sleep, bro? All right, Magnus, take care, man. I'm gonna guess you have work tomorrow, so I get it. Hey, thank you for stopping by as always, my friend. Thank you. Hope you get some good rest. We'll see you again. We'll talk to you in the Discord. So hopefully you're working on some of your models. I know you've been really busy lately, so I don't know if you're still painting or if you've had time. And take it easy with that wrist too, please. Or just break it and get it over with. Oh, God. Forever Look 2 said, I don't know, crazy crime and stuff. Dylan the Villain said, Forever, it depends on what area you're talking about. It's a big place. Okay, yeah, but it's bad there. Forever Look 2 said, so like anywhere, I guess. Yeah. What's the worst place to live in South Africa? How does that sound? What's the #1 do not go to spot? Iron Warrior 42 said, damn, even more dangerous than North Korea. See, the thing about North Korea is their crime rates are so low because if you commit a crime, you die, or they just throw you into work camps. And like what, you know, like they don't have issues with drugs as much. You know what I mean? Like drugs don't get across their border. They don't have to deal with like gangs. Like it's so controlled over there that like what they have for crime is like, you know, maybe hoarding rations of food or something and you get caught with it. You know, or like not paying your taxes or something and then you get beat in the square garden or something. I don't fucking know, dude. Like their crimes are different from our crimes. You know. So, like North Korea is dangerous, but like for the average citizen of North Korea, like their worries are very different from like someone living in like a terrorist controlled town in Iraq. You know, so like that's different than North Korea because North Korea has their own regime and it's like, yeah, they're really bad there, but I don't even want to know what the fuck they're doing over there. I could only possibly imagine. But it's dangerous in South Africa, yes. You can look it up, Google it, dude. Google up what are the most dangerous countries in the world. South Africa is going to be up there, unfortunately. And then Dylan the Villain says, I live in the ghetto, Mitchell's Plain. Gotcha, man. But you said, but you get more crazy areas. Yeah, see, there's even worse. LED said, see you for dinner. He said, yup. LED said, break it. Yeah, just break it and then they'll fix it up better. Because if it's just sprained, you're going to have that issue forever. But if you just break it and just get it over with, you know, it'll heal back better. Just get it over with. Dylan the Villain said, in my road alone, 2 innocent people get killed. They were not gangsters, but they were guilty by association. Wrong place, wrong time. Okay. Oh, he said the worst place, Cape Town, Tafelsig, Menenberg, high-risk areas. Those, there are like too much areas to mention. Oh, okay. Damn. And then Forever Lord 2 said, in North Korea, when the powers that be come to inspect your house, they will white glove the top of your dear leader's picture. If dusty, to the camps. Yeah, literally. Yeah, straight to jail. Well, Dylan the Villain, I hope you are staying safe, dude. Like, we got shit like that here. Even in my little town in Rochester, Minnesota, there's people that get shot and killed here. We've had murders happen here, like, recently. They found a dead body by the airport, which we have a tiny-ass airport in the fucking woods of this missing woman who's been missing for, like, months now. So someone killed her and literally fucking dumped her body in the woods, and I haven't heard anything about it since then. Nothing. Just dead. They did one report, dead silence. So they're still trying to figure out, you know, what's going on with everything. All right, so I did my layer on all my skulls. So Screaming Skull is the layer that I use. Next, I will be using the Reichland Flesh Shade. So artists call it a wash. In terms, it's called a wash, but Citadel, Games Workshop owns Citadel. They're the ones who also own the game. They make paints too, but you don't have to use these type of paints, by the way. So you can use whatever paints you want. You don't have to use, but acrylics are usually what people use, and like this is an acrylic. This is acrylic. This is acrylic. So this is acrylic, but you can use oil. You can use oil if you want to. Some people use enamels. You can use enamels as well to paint your guys. There's a whole host of mediums that you can use to paint your guys. So Ironworker42 said, I use AK Interactive paints. Exactly. See? You don't have to use these. Like, I have Vallejo, for example. Like, here's Vallejo, you know? I also have my newest thing is, this is from Amsterdam. But this is a ink, and it's an acrylic ink, and this is white titanium. It's really good for if you want to do like deep recesses, like where you would have like Jetfire or something like that, where you want to like base it so white and then you airbrush it with red, like a neon orange, and it makes it look like it's glowing. So this is really good for that effect, for example. So I have a thing of this, but AK Interactive makes very good paints. There's a whole bunch of paints you can buy. You don't have to buy these, but I think these are pretty good for what they are. And then Iron Warrior 42 there. I also have like this where I've rehomed my paints. So I hate these pots personally. I hate them. So I bought a kit and I've been converting them over into bottles. So now I have bottles with little shaker balls in them, and it's Citadel paint. I just thinned it a little bit with some medium, and it doesn't change the pigment of the color, and it's still a really good consistency. So this is something else that you could do. For example, something that I've done. Yeah, AK Interactive is very popular. So, yeah. And then, let me see here. Iron Warrior 42, how long have you been into Warhammer, my friend? I'm curious. How long have you been doing this? All right, let me go ahead and shade these. And the reason for this is you want it to pull up in the recesses. It does a really good job of making it pop a little bit. And you just want to use a good amount, not too much, especially on the top. I usually like to, let me get a little bit of water, because it'll start to look like it's red. So I don't want a red skull, but I just want it to be a little bit there. It's looking really good now, guys. Perfect. So you just kind of let it pool up in certain places. I'll show you what it looks like. Let me go ahead and flip the camera around. That way you can see what I'm looking at here, okay? So there is the skull. Oop, if it would fucking focus, bro. Come on, you can do it. Eh. Bear with me. I have an iPhone 13, so I apologize. Come on. There it goes. Okay, see this right here? On my right, that's the skull with shade in it. As you can see his teeth. You know? You can see his eye sockets a little bit better. On the left, that is one that has layer, but it has no shade. As you can tell, it looks very white and it kind of pops out. So if you shade it with that Reichland Flesh Shade, which is right here, you let it kind of pool up in some of those resources, it starts to really look like a skull. You see that? And you don't want too much, or else it'll look, oh, that's a really good, there it is right there. It just finally focused. So I'll let you kind of look at that for a second. Let me kind of turn it over. Come on, you can do it. There it goes. Beautiful right there. Now you can see. So that's why, sorry for the mess, but whatever. we have a happy home here. So as you can see, there is a difference, and that's why you want to utilize that. So, all right, I'm gonna do the same to the other skulls. So I have other skulls that are on here, and I like to use a thicker brush, not a detail brush, because this is too thin. You want a big brush to get a good amount of the Reichland flesh shade into the belly of the bristle, into the belly of this, and then you can just use it to paint on multiple, essentially. So I'm gonna go ahead and wash them, as you call it. They're not like cleaning washing, but it's just called washing it. It's an artist term. It's a technique. And I just kind of, what I do is I could brush it on, but I also kind of dab it in, just because I want it to work into the recesses. I want it to get into all the little crevices, all the little teeth, all the little eye sockets, the nose, right? I want that to happen. And then I also check it while I'm doing it, just to make sure it's not pooling up in places that I don't want it. And if it starts to pool up in places that I don't want it, I just take a little bit of water and just glaze over it, and it kind of like, it thins it down so it's not as thick. So. Dylan the Villain said, reading the comments are taken from work time. LOL. Fervor 2 said, yo hablo poquito español. I don't even know if that's correct. No, that's correct. LED said, yo. And then Dylan the Villain said, Forever Alert, that's okay. All love here. Iron Warrior 2 said 2 years. Awesome. Okay, awesome, Iron Warrior 42. What got you into 40K? I'm curious. Were you always kind of wanting to get into it? Or like, was it a friend that got you into it? Like, how did you start? Do you have your own channel, by the way? Because I'll subscribe to you. By the way, if you subscribe to me, I subscribe to you. So long as your channel is not private and it's allowed to be seen, like I can subscribe to it and all that, I will subscribe back to you. So everybody who subscribes to me, if I can, I will subscribe back to you. And if you want to grow a channel, if you want to create a channel, let me know, and I will plug your channel, no problem. So like Magnus, for example, Magnus Mags, if you guys want to check out his channel, please subscribe to him. There's another one called The Warhammer Commentator. We just call him WC for short because it's a really long name. He has his own Warhammer channel. I was actually talking to him earlier before this because I wanted to know if he was going live today, because I didn't know if he was going to go live. I was like, oh, okay, I'll just jump on your live because I don't want to like double step on him, you know? It's not like a competition here. We help each other. It's not competitive. The only competition is like, I guess maybe if you want to paint something better than someone else, but we're not even like that here at all. We're here to help each other. If you want to learn how to get better at painting, if you want to know like maybe what army to buy or what units to buy, or if you just want to critique on something you just did and you want us to critique it, we're not going to be assholes about it. That's not our intention. If you want honest feedback, we will give you honest feedback, you know? But other than that, we are here to help each other and support each other. And we're all growing. We're all getting better every single day, right? And if Iron Warrior 42 has been doing this for 2 years, I would imagine you have a lot of experience. You have more experience in the hobby than me. So you could probably bring a really good aspect to what this community is, right? And Forever Lurk 2, he also knows about Warhammer. And he likes the sci-fi settings and everything. And he knows a lot of stuff. So, like, I really appreciate his input as well. So, and he's known about it ever since the first edition. So, it's really cool to have people who've, like, been doing Warhammer, or they've known about it, or they've even been involved, just to hear their perspectives. Like, hey, what do you think about this? Or, like, you know, what do you recommend if I were to bring this army? Like if you need someone to check over your army list, for example, maybe we could help you there. You know, we have different players in our community. So we have Thousand Sun players, we have an Orc player, I'm a Black Legion or a Chaos player. We have a Space Marines player, which is the Warhammer commentator. He knows a lot about Space Marines. That guy is very intelligent, and he's only going to get better the more he's in it. So, yeah. Dark Angels player. So we had a Dark Angels player that's in here too. That's another Space Marines army. Krieg. I play Krieg. Magnus also likes Krieg, and that's his army. So if you guys want to learn about that, me or him, we could talk about that also. So we're all here to help each other. Dylan the Villain said, I only got 30 subs. Oh, that's okay. Well, we can help you. We can help you, Dylan the Villain. So Warhammer Commentator, he couldn't even go live. He could not go live. We helped him get up to 100+ subscribers, and now he can go live. How cool is that? And we can teach you how to do it too, like hashtags, creating shorts, stuff like that. So I've been going live for a pretty long time, but I'm trying to get up to 500 subscribers by the end of March. So if you're watching this, if you haven't subscribed, please, please, please subscribe. It helps me out a lot. And LED, she's just always hanging out. She's fun. So, and her hobby is she cosplays. That's her thing. And she likes anime too. So, and manga. So. And then Dylan the Villain said, yeah, one looked more bronzes and wither the other one. Yeah, exactly. You could see the effects that I did with that wash. LED said, women. You never subscribed to me, LED. LED said that? No, I had to have subscribed to you, LED. Bullshit. No freaking way. Well, Dylan the Villain, I will subscribe to you. And if you want more subscribers, let me know. I'll subscribe to you right now, Ellie. If I'm not, I could have sworn to God I subscribed to you. I could have sworn. I'm going to look you up right now on my laptop. And I'm going to I'm very sure I freaking subscribed to you. If I did not, I will, I don't know, I'm going to do push-ups or something in payment. Because how dare I? No way. Let me check. If I did not subscribe to you, shame on me. I could have sworn to God I looked you up. Give me a second. Because I remember, yeah, I'm subscribed to you. I swear, look, right here, Ellie. I already was subscribed to you, Ellie. I will show you because I do care. LED. Ding, 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 ding. Subscribed. See? I'm not a liar. I do not want to be a liar. I don't like liars either. And then let me see. Because usually I can see who subscribed to me, and I will subscribe to you. So I see things a little bit different, right? I have subscriptions as well, so I've subscribed to people too. But let me go to view your channel. And then how do I view subscribers? I thought there was a way to do this. But as you can see right here, Dylan the Villain, I have a good amount of content. So I like a lot of shorts. Those are like the things that I like to do. They're really fun. So you can have fun and like scroll through some of these. I will be doing a lot more as well. So a good amount of shorts, some live, 277 subscribers. All right, let's go. I have 120 videos. So I'm slowly building up my little personal library. And I'll get better with it with time. But, you know, I subscribe to other people too. But, I mean, there's just stuff that you can do on your own time. But there's a lot of good things like Auspix Tactics, you know. Like, there's all these really good, whole bunch of different YouTubers out there. But if you subscribe to me, then I really appreciate it. So, I'm a real guy. I don't have a studio behind me. I'm not selling things. I'm not asking for money. You know, I'd like to sell stuff eventually. Like, I do want to have a business out of this, but I'm never going to sell you crap. I'm never going to be like, oh, buy this, like, or these sponsors that suck. And I hate ads. I don't like ads. So, but I'll only sponsor something if it's actually legit and I'm going to use it. So I would never shill anything. And if I do, Smith & Wesson 45 retirement plan on me, okay? Because that's not me. That's not how I roll. Because I hate it when other YouTubes do that. Thank you, Dylan the Villain. I will subscribe back to you. Iron Warrior 42 said, no, I don't have a YouTube channel yet. Oh, okay. But I just got into it because of the minis, because I used to collect Gears of War figurines, and I thought it was similar. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's dope. And then Forever Lord 2 said, I haven't played or messed with minis in over 20 years, but just recently thinking about a comeback, started stripping my old metal minis. Wow. You still got them. That's awesome, man. That's great. Dylan the Villain said, gotcha, bro. So much love. Respect, brother. Thanks, sir. Pound. LED said, you swear on my life. I do swear on your life, yes. Do a figurine doing a push-up, right? That's funny. I did not sub off cam. I promise. I promise I did not subscribe off cam. I was subscribed to her. I was. I'm not lying. I'm not lying. I wouldn't do that. If I was wrong and I did not subscribe to her, I would say, fuck, I can't believe I didn't subscribe to you. I'm sorry. And I would subscribe to you. So I would own up to it. If I'm wrong, I will own up to it and I will say, oh man, I messed up. So I try to be real. I try to keep it real here. But we try to keep it light and have fun too, right? And congratulations, bro. That's a milestone. It is. Thank you. Yeah, it feels really, I'm almost to 280. This is awesome. It's fantastic. I'm trying, I'm doing a good job. And he said, but I don't have any content yet. Okay. And he said he's got like 2 videos started. Okay. Well, you can start anywhere, man. My first videos are nothing related to Warhammer. So even though I knew about Warhammer, even though I read some of the books, I don't really talk about it as much. That wasn't, my channel was kind of different back then. So originally I wanted it to be a firearms channel. So I wanted to do firearms, and now YouTube's kind of done with firearms. They seem to be okay now, but back in the day it was fine. You could get so many subscribers. You could have a huge channel if you had a firearms channel, you know what I mean? Like there's so many channels that exploded because of firearms. And but then things got kind of worse and they started buckling down on it, and some channels got demonetized. Or channels would get shadow banned. So I was just like, you know, maybe it's not worth doing the firearm thing in the long term. So then I kind of turned it into like I called it Travis Talks is what I called it. It was more of like a hangout thing, and I would just talk about life things and stuff like that. But now that I've gotten into the hobby of Warhammer, and I've been consuming Warhammer content for a long time. YouTube channels also. I've always wanted a YouTube channel, but I was like, I don't know where to start. You know, as much as I would love to do a lore channel, it's very hard to actually start a lore channel and know what the fuck you're talking about and do it right. It's not that easy. Unless if you're a walking encyclopedia and you're very well spoken. Like, unfortunately, I don't have the best memory. I wish I did, but I really don't. So, like, I might mess up the names, even though I know what they're called, but for whatever reason, my brain just fucking blanks, and I'm like, what is it called again? Like, what? So, I just have issues with that, and I gotta get better. I guess I'm a little burned out. I don't know. But, like, if you want to have a real lore channel and actually do it right, you gotta know what you're doing, you gotta know what you're talking about, and you gotta be able to talk about it well. So, I love the lore. I do know a lot about the lore, but I don't consider this a lore channel. So I'm a hobby channel because I'm good at painting. That's what I do. That's what I do. If I was good at anything else, I would probably be doing that. But at least this, I can pick it up and I'm actually good at it. And I'm like, huh, I guess I do have a talent. I didn't know that. Honestly, when I first started this, I thought I'd be ass. I'm like, sounds really hard. Like these things are so small. Like, how do you even paint that shit? You know, like you have these brushes that are like this big. So, LED said, did I subscribe to the wrong person? That's so funny. LED said I have shorts. Yeah, you have a couple. You have shorts. I've seen a couple of yours. A lot of music. I've seen your shorts, Ellie. With your work life. Gotcha, Dylan the Villain. Yeah. Do I have a license to carry a firearm? So here in Minnesota, you don't need one. Constitutional carry. You can open carry any weapon you want in this state. Doesn't mean I do it, but I'm allowed to. So this is an open carry state. If I want to walk around with my AR slung on my back, I could. But I'm not going to because people would freak out and call the cops, and that's a waste of resources, so. And honestly, I'm not really worried about being shot here, so like I don't carry that. I hardly ever carry anymore. When I was in Louisville, Kentucky, it's actually pretty dangerous there. I carried there. Because I've been near gunshots, like, quite a bit. I've seen some crazy shit in Louisville, Kentucky. They call it mini Chicago for a reason. And I used to go downtown in Chicago, so like it's not safe there either. You know what I mean? Downtown's safe, but south of it, not safe. LED said LOL. And then Dylan the Villain said I only have 2 shorts though. Okay, well, hey man, if you wanna get into YouTube, man, you want more subscribers, shorts is the way to go. Do shorts, and you'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. You'll get better at it. Find like your little niche. So Iron Warrior 42 said I like Horus Heresy Chaos Marines more than 40k Chaos Marines because they have a much bigger arsenal choice and every mark of armor before Mark 7. Yeah, dude. I do have to say Horus Heresy's got it going on. And like Mechanicus, 30k? Oh, 40k players are so jealous. Y'all get the cool shit. Y'all definitely get the cool shit. So I've even looked at Necromunda too. Necromunda sounds like a really fun game to play. But I'm one guy. I only have so many hours in the day. So. And then Forever Look 2 said, speaking about firearms, after my brisket, I had a hand-loaded 125 9mm rounds during this stream. Oh, wow, you hand-loaded 125? That's good. This little loading machine is addictive to use. Aw, there you go. Taking out a first-timer shooting in a few days. Good, good. Teach him right. I'm sure you will. And hopefully he's safe and, you know, doesn't drop the gun. Because I saw one girl once drop a shotgun when we were on a fucking skeet shooting thing. And it was pretty scary. And it went off. And I was like, oh, fuck, dude. She, like, shot it and it fell out of her hands and then it dropped and shot again. I was far away, luckily. But she was in our group of people, and I was like, what the fuck? And she didn't shoot after that. She didn't want to. So, it's not for everybody. But if it's a first-timer, yeah. And if you're just shooting 9mm, like, that's not that bad. Or like a 380 ACP, like, that ain't that bad at all. So, whenever I always start with, like, a 22. Personally, like a 22 rifle, which I have one. Little bolt action. It's actually probably one of my favorite guns, so I love the little guy. It's like a little BB gun, but, you know, a little bit more dangerous. Gunai must, Gunai must, Gunai must. All right. We get it. Let me get rid of this guy. Put user in timeout. Let's go 24 hours. Bye-bye, buddy. He's gone. Yeah, Magnus isn't in here, and Drippy Chicken isn't in here. Yeah, you missed him, Warhammer commentator. I just banned him. Dylan the Villain said, that's wild, bro. Just be casually walking around with a loadout. Yep. And Warhammer commentator, I haven't seen Drippy Chicken in weeks. I don't know where he's at. Hopefully he's okay. I know Triangles is on a little bit of a YouTube hiatus, so he's not here. And then Magnus stopped in. He was here for like an hour, and then he had to bounce, so he had to go to bed. But Warhammer commentator, you're in luck. You have another subscriber here. Dylan the Villain, if you could please check out and subscribe to... Well, I'm not going to ask you to do it, but if you could, you help out the Warhammer commentator and subscribe to his channel. He's growing as well, and we will subscribe to your channel. We're here to help each other out, man. He does a lot of 40K content. And Iron Warrior 42 said, the Slanesh demons invaded the chat. Yes, they did, dude. Fuck, I forgot to turn on the Geller fields. Damn it. I thought I did it. I told the servitor to do it. He must have died. Oops. My bad. Yeah, the Slaneshi demons broke in for a little bit. They always do that. Almost every channel, I swear, every live I go, someone breaks in and just starts saying the most ridiculous shit. Hey, at least I get more, like, comments on my video, but then they block up everybody else and they can't comment, so what's the fun in that, right? Alright, so my skulls are pretty much done. They look very scully. I might go over them with a fine and a little bit of... I'm probably going to use Wraithbone. And you know what? That's not Wraithbone. This is Screaming Skull. I keep grabbing for pots, and I keep forgetting I have them in bottles now. Wild. I'm like, oh, here's Abaddon Black. Wait a second. This is Corvus Black. It's gonna happen. Yeah. Oops. So, still new to that, but I'll get used to it. But I'm gonna go over the top of these skulls, just because I think I want them a little bit more... Not as... They're looking a little red. Not as red. Not like deathly red, but I want them to look a little bit more shiny and white. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to layer a little bit, just like a light highlight on top of the skulls, just to give it some more that pale hue that you find with skulls, right? WC said, yeah. And then Dylan the Villain said, you need more mods, bro. Dylan the Villain said, I'll do it. Well, unfortunately, Dylan the Villain, I just met you. I'm sorry. I'm not going to make you a mod not just yet. I'm sorry. So, not yet, you know. But if you're with us for a while, I will make you a mod. I promise. So, it does happen. I don't give it away freely. You do have to earn it, sir. Got to earn it in the army. You got to earn your stripes. You know what I mean? So, but if you stick around long enough, and I'm not saying you have to be like 100%, but it's just I will make you a mod if you prove yourself. And there is more that goes into that, right? So nothing against you personally, homie. It's just I just met you. That's all. So, because I know this one person. I remember he came on our channel this one time and he said, make me the mod. And he was hanging out with us, right? Kind of like you. He said, make me the mod. And I said, no. And then he started posting all this stupid shit. Like, what he was doing was he started spamming us. And if he was the moderator, I could still kick him. But I'm just saying, like, you know. But thank you for the sub. Thank you, sir. Oh, there you go. Warhammer Commentator just subbed back to you, Dylan. There you go, man. WC said, are you going to promote any more mods, Travis? I can make LED a mod. Is that crazy? Should I make LED a mod? She could probably handle it, right? Foreverlord 2 would probably be a mod. He would be a mod fucking... He would destroy people in this. I feel like LED would just start kicking everybody just for fun. She's like, you're out, you're out, you're out, you're out. Maybe that's too much power to her. I don't know. Oh, God. Oh, WC said also kind of random. Have you seen the Aquilin Custodes models? When did that come out? Oh, Dylan the Villain said just fooling around. That's funny. R.I.P. I'm dying. No bad blood. I was just joking, bro. Oh, okay. Neo said I just blew up the bathroom. Neo. What? There was a Nurgle totem in the shower. Oh, God. And then WC said, wait, shouldn't Lurk be mod at this point? He probably could be. If he wants, I'm only going to make him a mod if he wants to be. If he wants to be. I had Taco Bell and Loki died. Oh, no. Oh, no. Ooh, I'm sorry. That sounds horrible. Oh, Dylan the Villain said Warhammer 1 sub broski. Yay. Thank you, Dylan the Villain. Thank you, brother. Thank you. You're helping us out. We will subscribe to you. So, thank you, man. We're here to help each other. We're here to rise each other up. We're not here to put each other down. You know, that's not how we are. We have jokes. Don't get me wrong, we have jokes, but, you know, I think we're a good group of people. We're all really fun. Warhammer Commentator said, by the way, Aquilin Custodes are Forge World. But they're actually the best models in the Custodes range, in my honest opinion. I have not seen them yet. I should look them up, man. I don't have my PC. I'm just using my phone right now, but let me look them up online, and I'll probably show them off, because Dylan the Villain's still new to 40K, so I might show it off to him. That way he can see, like, what's possible. There's a lot of shit to this this hobby. It's endless. It's awesome. It's fun. Let me get that going here. Yeah, and if they're Forge World, yeah, so that's totally different. That's another play set of rules. It's a different gaming system, as it's called. Neo said painting black armor is weird, man. Yeah, it's different. Do Abaddon Black, by the way. Go Abaddon Black. So, it is very weird. Yeah. And then I highlight, personally, I use Lead Belcher. That's how I do it. There's other ways you could highlight, like Mechanicum Gray, or if you want to, like, edge highlight, right? I use Lead Belcher because then it looks, like, scuffed up and shit. If you want a clean look, though, probably Mechanicum Gray or Administratum Gray. Or if you find a nice layer gray that you could do to edge highlight, it'll look really clean. But it is wild painting black. I know. I'm used to it now, but I'm still, you know. Sometimes I still am like, how does this look? You know, it's kind of, you'll figure it out, homie. It doesn't feel right, does it? You imperialist. It doesn't feel right painting black. You're like, why am I doing this? Ew. That's funny. Me, I'm like, more black. More Retributor Gold, yes. So this is the... Which one was this again, WC? Let me look it up. You had it in... I'm sorry, I already forgot the name of it. Aquilin, okay. Aquilin Custodes. There's a Terminator squad? Is that what they are? Holy fuck. These are some beefy boys. Are these new? I mean, these look pretty dope, dude. Let's see if I can get it on the big screen here. So the Aquilin... No ads. Fuck off. Terminator armor. Yeah, these are pretty big. There we go. All right, so let me go ahead and see if I can just... So there is an Aquilin pattern Custodes guard right there. And he's in Terminator armor. Yeah, that guy probably fucks shit up on the tabletop. They're definitely one of the pound for pound strongest armies to have. Oh, Mimes, what's up, dude? Oh my god, I just saw you in here. Ah, Iron Warrior 42 said, will you go to Warhammer World USA when they finish building it? Absolutely. I will definitely be there. Yes, sir. Hell, we can all meet up there. How does that sound? We can go together. We can hold hands, guys. I want to go. Absolutely. In DC. I've been to DC before, too, so I know how to get around a little bit. So, been there, done that. Got the t-shirt. And DC is actually really cool. It's a cool city, by the way. A lot of people say it's trash. I don't think so. I think it has its parts. I think it could be a wonderful city if it was done right. Unfortunately, it's not perfect, right? But yeah, in DC, I will absolutely go. Hectic story. Yes, indeed. Oh. Oh no, Neo. You think there was something in that Crunch app? They might have given you something bad, dude. Yikes. Like bad ranch. Like that's gotten me before. I had a salad one time and we tried to figure out what it was, but I'm pretty sure the ranch was bad because I was so sick. It was the worst stomach like sickness that I've ever gotten from eating food. The worst I've ever gotten. It was like 2 days of fucking misery. I couldn't keep anything down. And I was on vacation, by the way. 2 days ruined because of that. Ugh. Never again, dude. Now whenever I go out, I don't really order a salad out anymore. I know. I'd make it myself. I'm gonna make my own fucking salad. I don't really trust, unless if it's a really nice restaurant, like I don't trust fast food salads anymore or anything like that. Mimes says eating Taco Bell will make you feel alive. It'll make you feel like you're dying sometimes. I love Taco Bell, by the way, so you might have just gotten a bad batch, homie. Not fun. Drink lots of drink water, but don't chug it. Don't chug it, and don't take anything that's anti-diarrhea. Just let it happen, dude, or else you're gonna vomit it. If you take anti-diarrhea, you're gonna fucking vomit. And it's going to suck. It's going to be worse because your body has to purge it no matter what. So it's your choice. Do you want to throw it up or you want to shit it out? Me, I've chosen to just throw it up because it's faster. It's faster, but yikes. Anyway, I guess it's not medical advice, but all I'm saying is, like, don't drink Gatorade, don't drink pop. You're going to hate yourself. Don't eat anything too solid. And if you're going to chew anything solid, make sure it dissolves in your mouth. Like, chew it until it's like mush and then swallow it. Because it's going to come out, especially if you're still sick. So, sorry, buddy. I hope you get over it, man. And I would call the Taco Bell and complain. Hopefully they listen. By the way, equivalent Custodies are Forge World, but they are actually the best models in the Custodies range, in my honest opinion. Oh, gotcha. Neo said, also, welcome, Dylan. Sorry for the weird first impression. Yeah. Sweet. I'm glad you're having a good time, man. Yeah, WC said they're absolute fire. Okay, that's why I'm not familiar with them, yeah. Because I'm, like, looking at them, I'm like, I've never seen these guys, but on the tabletop, I bet they must absolutely dominate. Maybe that's why they don't give them in 40K, because they'd be too strong. That's funny. Neo said there's levels to this shit. Okay. WC said Ishin Gray is good for a highlight with black. So there you go. And then he said, then Storm Vermin Blight. Interesting. Good to know. Thank you, WC. See, that's why we have this community. So he probably knows a really good way of painting, a good schema. So he'll help you out. And if you guys are looking for paint and you don't have one at your local game store, going on Amazon, it's very expensive. So do not buy paint on Amazon. It's so expensive. Just go on eBay. Or there's like specific gaming stores online. And if it's more than $5 for a paint pot, don't get it. If it's $6, that's pushing it. But I've seen some that are like $9 online. I'm like, get fucked, dude. Get fucked. So if you're trying to get certain paint, go on eBay. In my opinion, you might have to pay a little bit for shipping, but you got to calculate it out against the cost to make sure it makes sense. So don't spend too much money on things that you don't need to. Shop smart. Shop S-smart. Okay. Yes, did I have to take into account the lighting, the mottling? Mottling? What does that mean? Texturing and other stuff, other shizzle. Yeah, I get what you mean, Jelly Bean. Not tiny, but a true proper size is what WC said. Dylan, are you new to 40K? Neo asked. Mima said, yeah, that looks pretty sick. Hell yeah. Yeah, the Aquila, and yeah, he looks pretty badass, and he's got a double bolter. I mean, yeah, you don't want to mess with the Custodes. They'll take you out. I wouldn't mind facing them, though, as a Black Legionnaire. I would not mind going against them and seeing what I can do. Dylan the Villain said, Warhammer, I literally just found this randomly watching lives. I'm hearing, learning as I go. WC said, oh, okay. Well, Dylan the Villain, to start off, 40K means 40,000 years in the future. So it's the 41st millennium. And in the 41st millennium, humanity is a thing, so humans still exist. There's aliens, but we call them Xenos with an X. Xenos. That includes orcs. So there's fucking war orcs, right? There are Tyranids, which are like a hive of an all-consuming... Think of the worst alien species in your brain with like scythes, spitting acid, spewing things onto a battlefield, like gigantic they're called Tyranids. And these things basically, when they land, their whole objective is to consume all biomass on an entire planet, like a fucking straw. And then it literally goes on to the next planet. These are galaxy-ending Xenos. They're the worst of the worst, in my opinion. There's also these robots, right? Well, they're called Necrons. So they're an ancient race that was entombed like hundreds of millions of years ago, before humanity even existed. They basically ruled the entire galaxy and the universe as we know it. There were ones before them, but they're the ones who basically dominated because they were the strongest, the best. However, they traded their bodies, their physical bodies, to be put into these skeleton suits of armor. And they get entombed into worlds all over the galaxy. Even here in our Milky Way galaxy, there's Necrons here. And what they're starting to do is they're starting to awaken. And when these things pop up, there's thousands of these things. And you could think of the Terminator, but think about the Terminator with weapons that melt you at a molecular level. Not lasers. They don't use fucking lasers. They use way advanced technology than that. They could beam in and out of existence, and it takes a lot to kill these motherfuckers, and they can reanimate. Okay? So those are the Necrons, and they look very Egyptian-esque. So imagine a Terminator, but Egyptian style. Okay? They're really fucking cool. Other Xenos, there's something called the Eldari. Okay? They also be called the Eldar. And these are like space elves. Okay? And as much as you might think they're whimsical and fruity, they are. No, I'm kidding. So they're a very old race that predates humanity, by the way. And they have mastered everything psychic. So anything and everything that's psychic, they are the masters of it. They have some of the best technology ever used. Still misunderstood, by the way. Even humanity doesn't fully understand it. Hell, the Eldari are so old, some of their own don't even understand their own technology. Okay? But they're really smart. The problem is that there's so few of them. There's not as many of them as there used to be, because they used to exist and dominate the galaxy, because the Necrons went to sleep. They got entombed in their planets. They went to sleep for hundreds of thousands, if not millions of years. They didn't wake up because they didn't want to. They said, we already dominate this world. We'll wake up again, and then we'll take it over. That was part of their plan. There's a lot more to that. But the Eldar used to be vast and massive. They used to be able to own everything. They could build stars. They could destroy entire fucking solar systems if they wanted to. They could do anything. They were very smart. They were very strong, but they're elegant. They could live forever, basically. And they have amazing telekinesis where they could pick up ships and rip them apart with their mind. However, the problem with the Eldar is that when you're on top of the world, what do you like to do when things get boring? You start to have sex. You start to kill each other. You start to torture things because you want to experience more things, right? You're already on top. You're already on top of the world, right? You've done everything. You're so bored of normal life. Well, what's there to do? Let's have gladiator battles. Let's torture this person and see how long they live. And they started to like it. Because if you tortured something, they could feel things emotionally. So these Eldar, these space elves, whenever they torture something, it like feeds them and they became ravenous with it. So they started doing it so much on a galactic scale that it literally ripped open the entire universe and bore a freaking god. And this god is a dark god called Slaanesh. And Slaanesh is the god of excess, torture, and pleasure, and all that. You know, think of the Cenobites from fucking Hellraiser. That's Slaanesh. And when she came into the actual physical universe, it pretty much wiped out 90% of all the Eldar that were there. Destroyed almost the entire thing. The only ones that survived were the ones that hid in the webway, and that's how they travel from space to space. They don't even need rockets to go from here to there. They can literally just, they could travel through time. They could do all this crazy shit through the webway. It's better than anything else. So that's how the space elves work. They're still around, but they're not as strong as they used to be. Then we have the humans, right? There's a lot more Xenos races out there, but the humans, of course, as we understand them, go all the way back to like when we first were, you know, monkeys until we became humans. And then we go 40,000 years in the future. Now we have fucking war on a galactic scale where all these different forces, the Eldar, the fucking Tyranids, the Necrons, the Orcs, and now we have each other because in the future, the human race has a massive civil war where they almost end humanity as we know it. They have a great civil war. It's called the Horus Heresy. This happened in the year 30,000. So like the 30,000 year time frame. Then there's 40,000. During the 30,000s, okay, like life was good at the very start of the 30,000s. They just conquered all of the Milky Way galaxy essentially. And humanity was about to reign supreme. And then something bad happened. And half the forces of the good guys fell to evil. They fell to chaos. So there's other dark gods that are also involved. Slaanesh is one of them. Nurgle is another one. He is the god of pestilence, decay, death, and rebirth. Okay? Khorne. Khorne is the god of pride, of power, of courage, of honor, and war. So think of Mercury, right? Like the god of Mercury is the god of war, like God of War saga. That's your god of war, but on steroids, okay? And then the last one is Tzeentch. Tzeentch is the god of knowledge and the god of also like anything psychic, anything to deal with like wanting to learn more. But he's also the god of confusion and disarray and like just basically like melting your mind. Imagine if you took 3,000 tabs of acid all at once. That's what it's like to probably even be in the presence of Tzeentch. Okay? So wizards like to flock to him, or people who want to understand or know the future, or they want to like create spells, or like they want to live longer, or they want to destroy an army with magic. They're going to bow down to Tzeentch. Okay? So all these forces are fighting in the 41st millennium, and they're all killing each other, and this is Warhammer 40K. Okay? In a synopsis, there's a lot more to this, but that's the world of what this is. It's constant war, it's infighting, it's death, it's grim dark, but there's good things in it too, don't get me wrong, but a lot of it is bad. So you get to choose what part of the army you want to be on. Do you want to be the good guys? Do you want to be the bad guys? Do you want to be the aliens? Do you want to just consume planets and destroy things and take over and swarm with thousands of millions of bioforms? Go be the Tyranids. Do you want to have giant fucking double rocket launchers on your fucking shoulders and you wield 2 axes and you get to fucking have fun and fight all day and you're a giant orc, well, go be the orcs because they have technology. They'll fucking suicide bomb you and they'll laugh the entire time. They have tanks that are built that don't even make any sense, but they still function. That's what the orcs are, right? But if you want to be the good guys, you could be a space marine, right? You could be a space marines. There's also Astra Militarum, which is the Imperial Guard, as we know it, the humans in the army in the 41st millennium. You can be those guys with tanks, artillery units, all this crazy shit. So that's kind of what the premise, or the world, if you will. There's so much more to this, but that's your overall bird's eye view overview of what 40K is. So I hope that makes more sense. It can get very complicated, but if you like the sound of that, if it sounds like fun, and you get to play these guys, and you get to go up against other people, and you get to win, or maybe you lose, but you'll get better from it, then maybe you should check it out. If you like reading books, bro, yeah. If you just want to read, there's books on this shit. There gotta be hundreds of books on just Warhammer alone. These are just some of them, bro. If you like sci-fi, you can check out 40K books made by the Black Library. And they're some of the best books ever, period. I've read war books. I love war books, by the way. I love history books. But some of these sci-fi books are like the best sci-fi books ever written. So, and there's a lot of them. So if you don't even want to play the game, but you just want something to read that's badass, check it out. Or if you don't want to play the game and you just want to paint them because you're bored and you like to, you know, mess with the little guys, you could do that too. And you don't even have to play the game. So. Oh, there's also online gaming as well. I forgot to mention that. So if you're interested in online gaming, there are games that you can play that are like Space Marine 2. You might have seen it. You might have heard of it. I don't know how much time you have or how much you look at PC games or whatever, but like there's another example of something you could do. And there's other games like Dark Tide. There's what's the other one? Space Hulk. Space Hulk's really good. There's just so many video games that you can play that are really fun. So if you like killing zombies, like Dark Tide is probably for you. That's the forces of Nurgle, and you get to face him and his well, not Nurgle himself, but like a world that's like a hive city, which is millions of people put into one city in a giant spire, and a lot of them basically become zombies, and you have to infiltrate it, get to the source, and like kill it. And it's you and a group of people, and your friends can play online. You each get to kill the zombies. It's pretty crazy. Space Hulk is badass too, but you're Terminators in that one, which are like giant armored motherfuckers with flamers and like Gatling guns and like fucking grenades, you name it. They're just badass. Giant war hammers. They'll just bash someone's freaking skull apart, and it's really fun. They fight Tyranids though, so slightly different. Dylan the Villain said, well, I used to play Warhammer games on my PC many years ago when I was younger. So there you go. And then DC would be better if they would replace Abe with the God Emperor. Agreed, man. Foreverlark2 said, Dylan the Villain, Warhammer 40K is a super grimdark universe filled with all kinds of horrors. There are no good guys. That's true. Just death and eternal war. So there you go, man. Yeah, it's deep. Yep. Yeah. I mean, there's like the good guys, but are they really the good guys? Warhammer commentator will say, yes, there are. But salamanders will have no problem killing a freaking Eldar child. Because it's a Xenos. So the meme goes. Neo said, I'm fine. I just felt like, bro, I was fighting a losing battle in the toilet. Oh, that sucks. Dylan the Villain said, Warhammer commentator, I love board games, open to learning as well. Let's talk about Monopoly, LOL jokes. But that kind of I'm on are already stuck playing. Gotcha. That's fine, man. Fervler 2 said, Taco Bell can be used to ripen bananas. That miasma it releases after a few days acts as a methane, which will ripen fruit. The more you know. Yeah, literally. And then WC said, Dylan, have you joined the Discord? Yeah, if you'd like to, you can, man. WC said, Travis, they actually do have 40K data sheets in 10th edition. Aquilin Terminators, I mean. Oh, okay. Okay, all right. Thank you. I didn't know that. You were saying that they're Forge World models, but maybe you meant the models, not the... Because I know they have dreadnoughts in 40K. Pretty sure. I'm not a Custodes player. I cannot speak about it. So... Well, that's the community. It's cool, I swear, bro. LOL. Trust me, bro. Warhammer, I don't have a DC. Oh, he doesn't have a DC. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Iron Warrior 42 said, people say Black Legion are too vanilla. Interesting. But they're the best warband because you can use any Chaos Marine, paint that black and gold, and put them in the army. Exactly. Yeah. I agree. And you can ally them together, auxiliary forces. That's why I love Khorne, don't get me wrong. Like, I might have gone Khorne. And if they had a Night Lord's army, I would probably do a Night Lord's army. But, like, a Black Legion to me just made the most sense. Because it's like, it's a homogenized group of Chaos Space Marines that just want to take on the Imperium. And if anybody gets in their way, they're going to kill them too. Try to kill them. And then WC said, I love my black and gold Scarab Occult. Oh, there you go. And then Mimus says, I think I used the one army paint. Okay, army painter. Yep. Fervor 2 said, I love painting and shading greens, so it's Papa Nurgle and Orcs for me. Yeah. War paint. WC said, no Space Marines? What? That's funny. Dylan the Villain said, is it similar to the Longest Road kind of board game? Hard to say. Oh, I got to catch up on chat. I'm way behind. I'm sorry. Let me go all the way up here. I'm just reading the newest comments, so I'm just catching up. Sorry, guys. I had to do that whole spiel about what 40K is, just as a, overview. It's not perfect, but I'm sure it gives you a good idea. Dylan the Villain said, can I play all 10? And there's lots of rules and rule books. Yeah, it is not the easiest game to play to start. It'll take you a couple tries to get better at it. You could play Kill Team if you don't want to play on a larger scale, because these games can take hours. So if you play 40K like proper, probably 2 to 3 hours a game. If you have a good opponent, under 3 hours for sure. So, but if you want to play Kill Team's fun too. Combat Patrol, I've heard mixed reviews about. I've never played Combat Patrol. I cannot speak about it. So, but I have played like versions of 40K. So it's not full 40K, but like a smaller, skirmishers, if you will. WC said, well, you seem to have a very minor understanding. And then Dylan the Villain said, I'll watch you guys. Okay, I honestly just enjoy watching it because I don't play. That's fine, bro. Yeah, the cycle generally goes buy a box of dudes, build the dudes, paint the dudes, play the dudes, and then buy more dudes. Pretty much. I'm sure each piece are expensive. Yeah, they can be. It's not a cheap hobby, Foreverlord 2 said, yeah. And then sell the little guy. You could do that. Yeah, if you wanted to, bro. I played Space Marines 2, yes. Oh, okay. So if you played Space Marines 2, that gives you a good idea as well. It's not over-comprehending of the world. It's kind of confusing, I'd imagine, if you come into it. Like, if you're a newbie, I don't want to say you're a newbie. You obviously understand somewhat of it. But, like, if you don't understand the universe at all and you're playing Space Marine 2, I could see that being a little confusing. You know? But, like, if you play Gears of War, you come in to play that game, it's kind of confusing. You're like, what the fuck is going on, you know? And it kind of plays like that. It's got executions. It's a third-person shooter, but it does have zoom in, which is kind of nice. I wish it was first-person shooter, personally. I wish it was, and that's where Space Hulk is. So Space Hulk is first-person shooter, which is fucking sweet, by the way. And Darktide. Darktide is also first-person shooter. Why Space Marine 2 went third-person, I don't know. But, oh well. I'm not much of a third-person shooter kind of guy, but... This is all in the background where 40 Space Marines go up against 100 Tyranids or something like that, lol. All the stuff you fight in Space Marine 2 is basically cannon fodder. Yeah, literally. Dylan the Villain said my brain hurts. It's an 89-degree curve. Yeah, accurate, dude. I frequently always looking to chill on YouTube. So if you go live, I'll always pop in, bro. Okay, cool. I'm not going to push it on you. I'm just educating you. That's all. That's all. Because if you're just like, what the fuck is this? And at least you know basic stuff, you know? But yeah. Actually, let me check something. Because the skulls are pretty much done. I went over them with that that nice Screaming Skull layer with the paint, and that actually looks pretty good. I'm going to grab a little bit of paint just to get the ocular, because I want them to be a little bit darker. I'm going to use Corvus Black for that, which I think this is Abaddon Black. Nope, this is Corvus Black. So I'm going to go ahead and use Corvus Black just to get its eyes. I'm going to use the pots before I use the bottles, just to use this up, you know. So I'm going to mix that paint up. Yeah, but if you want to join the channel anytime, I'm only live usually every Wednesday, and then maybe once every weekend. Sometimes me and WC, like, he'll go live because he has his own channel. You can join his. He has a great live as well. He's probably funnier than me, so... Yeah, Iron Warrior 42 said Darktide is a first-person shooter game. Yeah, Darktide's pretty badass. I love Darktide. It's so fun. That's my speed. Like, Space Marine 2 is awesome, but I'm not a huge fan of... You know, I've played third-person shooters or third-person games, and I can play them. Like, I've played Mega Man. I've played... I got a bunch of games in the gaming vault over there. They're all older games. Like, I play retro game, or not retro games, but I play old school games. So, like, I can deal with it, you know. But it's just when it comes to modern games, I just like first person. That's just me. So, some people would probably say, well, what's the big deal? But that's just me. I just like being the guy with the gun, and, like, I don't like watching other people that I play as be the guy with the gun. I'd rather be the guy with the gun, you know? First person's just more immersive, in my opinion. That's all. That's all. But with third person, you can really get the cinematics of it, and that's true. Like, you can really see the world for what it is and, like, things that are going on, so... Nothing to take away from that at all. I'm just going to paint the skulls here. Just a little bit of dab of black in the ocular sockets. It really brings out the depth. So I know you guys can't see it, but I can. So. Dylan the villain. Okay, coming along nicely here. A little bit better. Kind of see the skulls. I painted the dark in the eyes just to give it a little bit more pop, a little bit more depth. So, Forever Lurk 2 said 209mm downs now. Hell yeah. What are you going pew pew with tomorrow? What kind of what's the arsenal looking like, homie? Couple Glocks. What you training them on? Or showing them, I guess you should say. I could say. Maybe you're not a Glock kind of guy. You could be a CZ guy for all I know. Shoot. I don't want to presuppose. Might get insulted. You're like, what'd you just call me? A Glock boy? But I love Glocks. So. I also love CZ. And I love SIG. I wish I owned a CZ, but I'm poor. I have a Glock. I have a SIG. I have a Savage Arms is my MSR rifle. My AR-15. I have, for my little pew pew shooter, I have a Savage Arms bolt action 22. Love that thing. Just really fun to plink with. It's just fun to have a little bolt action too. It's just like pop, pop. It's so quiet. I could put a silencer on it. You know, a silencer. You know what I mean. I just they're a little expensive. That's all. And then he's asking, do you have Facebook? Not to ask you to be friends or anything, but he's just saying like you could follow some people. Oh, you have a CZ Scorpion? Nice. A 9mm Shield Easy. Nice. And then a Ruger 9mm. I was going to ask if you had a PCC, of course. That's fun. Nice. The CZ Scorpion Evo 3 S1. Dang, that's so badass. That's so fun. Awesome, Forever Lurk. I would love a PCC. I would love a 300 Blackout. It'd be so cool. Just like a little tee 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 tee. I do have an SBR though, so I may have an SBR. I may not. It may have fallen off the boat during the boating thing. Oh well, but you know, that whole thing. Oh man, the CZ Scorpion's so cool. That's a fucking hoot. And the Ruger 9mm, absolutely. How fun. And it's a little 9mm Shield Easy. I think, is that the Easy, the new one? Is that the new Shield? Can't remember. Ellie, you said I'm back. Welcome back, Ellie. Welcome back. Hey, Ellie. WC said, pretty sure the issue with the World Eaters Combat Patrol is the low discount. Ah, okay. Gotcha. And then Iron Warrior 42, I missed this one. My bad. He said the new World Eaters Combat Patrol is really good. You get a Demon Prince leader, that's right. A sidekick for the leader, Corn Berserkers, and Cannon Fodder, a good balance. I picked that kit up a little bit. I think it was like last It was the beginning of this month. I went to a local store. Excuse me, and I saw the Combat Patrol, and they had the demon prints on the front, and I took a picture of it and I sent it in the Discord. I was like, guys, I'm so tempted right now to get this. Like, I want a World Eaters army. I could have just gone World Eaters, but I chose Black Legion, so I could still do World Eaters if I want to. It's really not that hard of a switch. So they're freaking awesome. But then WC said, pretty sure the issue with the World Eaters Combat Patrol is the low discount. So you're just saying it's not probably worth it. The only thing is that the Demon Prince is kind of hard to get a hold of. I've had issues trying to get them. So, especially the one with wings, that one's like impossible to find. I'm not going to say it's impossible, but like you're probably going to get upcharged for it, so... Oh, your YouTube just kicked you out, Ellie? That's weird. Shit. Oh, talking about the giveaway? Yeah. Yeah, if you ever want to get into it. And the WC said there's a YouTuber called Auspex Tactics who holds a giveaway the first of every month. The requirement is only subscribing to the YouTube channel, following the FB account, and completing the form posted to the Facebook today. I got to do that too, actually. I'll fill it out probably after this WC. Forever Lurk 2 said, yeah, the 2.0 with the easy loading tabs on the mags. Ah, okay, and it has all the safeties on it. Good for teaching. Gotcha. That's what I thought. Because I know the shield, I've shot the shield, like the older shield or the one with the backstrap on it with the safety there. But like there was a newer shield that came out and people said it was better. So that's probably the exact same one. Oh, and then WC was saying about the giveaway in Iron Warrior 32 said, I have a question. Do you ever get those models of the month mini GW gives out for free? Yeah, WC gets them every time. Yeah. Dylan the Villain said, I don't got an army, I'm running solo. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Dylan the Villain might not even want to play. And that's fine, dude. He's just chilling. You can vibe with us, bro. No pressure, man. But there's also Warhammer Fantasy, which is like medieval. So if you're into like Lord of the Rings shit, but like way more brutal, there's Warhammer Fantasy too. So like Age of Sigmar, for example. They have some really cool minis. I'll put the drink away. I'll be right back. Getting kind of tired, guys. Put a water on my face. Oh, I don't feel pressure. The vibes are not... Okay, all right. Yeah, we're not here to pressure you at all, homie. Not at all. Yeah. I'll tell you what, too, Dylan the Villain, I didn't get into Warhammer, even though I've been a fan of Warhammer for, like, probably 9 to 10 years before I even bought my first package of models. So, like, I knew about tabletop, but I was like, man, I don't have time for that. Like, I was working back then. Like, I was busy. I didn't really have space to be doing all this either, you know what I mean? So, I didn't get into the hobby for a long time. I just like reading the books or watching YouTube channels about, like, it's just good to like pop it in, like when I was at work or something, and it would just like play a story about the Mechanicum of Mars before they became the Adeptus Mechanicus, like lore videos and stuff. I would just listen to those like constantly, or I'd find like fun YouTube channels that would like Adeptus Ridiculous. They're pretty fun. Their lore isn't like 100% amazing, but it's an entertaining channel to watch. So that's another good one if you want to like learn about things, but in an entertaining way. It's pretty fun. It's like a podcast essentially, but they just talk about like Warhammer and like really the world about it. So lore stuff. But yeah, I didn't get into building models for a long time, but I've been talking about it. I'm gonna take my seat down. That way I can sit. So this is a standing little dude here. There we go. Pull my little chair up. Oh, it's so much better. Oh, jeez Louise. LED said you coming, or who are you talking to, Ellie? What's going on with the what? Fervor 2 said Dylan the villain. Most everyone here is really into the hobby, so when someone new comes around, everyone wants to tell you about the stuff we love. Yeah, absolute facts. That's for sure. Yep, Fervor 2 is right. Dylan the villain said I knew Warhammer growing up. I played it on the PC. I got a laptop currently with Warhammer loading on it, but it's really the older one. Nostalgic vibes. Gotcha, homie. Then WC said, oh, by the way, sorry, I posted my newest Space Wolf in the Discord. Took a while to paint, but I'm definitely feeling better about NMM after that. Ooh, let me take a look at that. Let me see. Let me pull up the Discord. Okay. Pulling up Discord here. Slowly loading. Come on, girl. You can do it. It's thinking. I have to pray to the Omnissiah. Hold on. Spirit of the machine. Cogitators and gears align. With your sacred chance and binary, we find divine. May this machine spirit of this machine work, damn you. And then give it a tap. Poof. Yeah, my laptop thinks for 4 to 5 business days, yeah. WF fucking... Let me see if I can load it up. I'm just gonna go into the browser here. Yeah, geez Louise. Come on, girl. You can do it. Discord. Oh, he's being silly. Usually it has no problem. Come on. I don't know. Having trouble. Yeah, 5 hours later, literally. Well, else I'd have to use my phone to do it, but then it would blank out here. Unless if you guys don't care. I'll just check it out on the Discord. It's okay. It's okay. Teaches you patience. Life gives you lessons sometimes. Yeah, for real. Yeah, nothing. It's not even responding right now. I'm probably just gonna restart this anyway. Just because it is kind of old. Like, I have had this session open for a while, so. Oh, Toasty Ghosty's in here. What's up? What's up, girl? Welcome, welcome. Join us. Quit opera. Let me just quit this, quit that. I'm going to restart my PC. I don't know why it's being... I have had it open for the past 3 days running, so oops. I'm just going to restart it. She says, hey, twin. Yay. Toasty Ghosty's here. What's up? Yeah, I can relate right now. Yeah, exactly, dude. My freaking laptop. I just got this too. It's a newer one, but I'm still working the kinks out. Ay, 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 ay. Always something, I swear. Toasty Ghosty is here. Yay, Toasty Ghosty. Toasty Ghosty. Toasty Ghosty is here. Yeah, I'm restarting it. There it goes. All right, you blasted machine. Work, damn you. Okay, so far so good. I don't care, OneDrive, fuck off. Ah, it's working. Discord is thinking. Yay, it worked. When in doubt, restart it out. Okay, and we go to Chaotic Crafters Discord. And we go to Hobby Showcasing. And we see what WC did. Which, here we go. We got a Space Wolf with the snow effects. Very well done with the snow effects, by the way. That's pretty badass. Very well done, sir. Per usual. I'm going to guess this is different angles. Yeah, dude. Ooh, I see you with the Blade Guard veteran up there. Okay. Shit. This guy's always cooking. I have to call WC the freaking cook. He's the chef over here. So that's a Space Wolf. If you like Vikings in space, then Space Wolves are your thing. Hell yeah. Different angles of them. He keeps his guys clean. So, with the chainsword, always with the chainsword, gotta have. Yeah, this little beauty up here. This guy looks like a captain or a veteran. I'm gonna guess a veteran, Blade Guard veteran. Really cool. Like, but this one is a salamander because I can see his pauldron. Yeah, he's cooking over here. Yeah, but yeah, super dope. Other people that paint stuff. So we got Neo, who was in here earlier. Here's one of his Space Marines. Really well done, my guy. I know he's not in here right now, but here's a different angle. Very commanding looking. I'm pretty sure this might be a lieutenant, but just super badass looking, man. And there's a bunch of other ones on here from other guys. So like here's some of his Space Marines. That's WC's Space Marines. So just to give you an idea. Oh, it's just a Blade Guard vet? Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, Blade Guard veterans are really cool. They're freaking sweet. I'm going to go ahead and close this up. Yeah, so I like to show off what other people do. Dylan the Villain. So sometimes on like almost every live I go on, because throughout the day, throughout the week, people post stuff that they're building or what they're painting. So I'll like actually, when I'm on my PC, I can do a screen share. Or if I'm on my phone, like right now, you won't see me, but I'll actually like click it open to where you can view it, and I'll show off what people are doing in there. So just because they're proud of it, you know, and I just think it's really cool. Yeah, I like to showcase what other people are doing. So it's not just me, you know. I try to show off what other people are doing. So there's a lot of talent out there. There's a lot of talent. We got some really good painters in the Discord, so, and I like to see everybody's like different ways of painting things. The only thing we don't have yet is any Tau players. We don't really, all we have is Orc, I think. There's no Drukhari, there's no, we have Orcs, no Tyranids. I feel like Tyranid players are kind of rare, honestly. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people just play Space Marines and shit. I tried Dylan the Villain. Yeah, man. I think it's nice too. Because people like that, you know? Like, I would like that, you know? If I was on another YouTube and someone showcased my stuff, heck yeah. So, if you don't have a Discord, that's why I show it off. So like, for people who don't, like, Forever Lord 2, he might not, I don't think he has a Discord. But, like, he could see what other people are cooking. So, we're busy little bees. And then we got Congo's cosplay. Obviously, she's into cosplay. I'm curious, how did Pyramid Head turn out, girl? What you got? How did it go? Let's hear it. And then LED wants to tell her about a new cosplay. Ooh, let's go. And then Congo's cosplay said, I just realized my stubborn Navy veteran dad didn't have on his sleep apnea machine was snoring. I swear he's at the age where he doesn't want to take care of himself. Oh, no. Oh, I feel that. Oh, WC said, to be honest, I love a ton of Tyramid models. No kidding. Oh, shit. Yeah, I don't know of any Tyranid players. None. I don't know of any. I got a bunch of Tyranids that my friend gifted me because he was going to start an army, and then he just never did. So I have a shit ton. I think it's from the Leviathan box. I could be wrong. It might be even more. I have so many fucking Hormigons. Like, oh my god, dude. I have a Swarm Lord. They're like the Zerg, basically, from StarCraft, but like they're worse than the Zerg. Zerg are pretty bad, but they're worse. And then WC said, but I don't want to have to build an army of them. Yeah, I know, dude. I would just airbrush as my friend. That's what I would just airbrush them, or just slap chop them. You know what I'm saying? Just contrast paint, contrast paint, contrast paint, contrast paint, shade, 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 shade. Because there's like a million of them. Yep. I like actually painting them. You know what I mean? Like, I like detail and all that stuff. So Black Legion is a nice in-between, if you will. Sort of. Sort of. Oh, I'm actually working on that cosplay right now. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, Pyramid Head. Just gotta shake up my paint. Sorry if it's loud. It's the only way to do it. I don't have like some people have like little machines that shake up your paint for you. I just do it by hand. It's fine. The only problem is if I ever drop it and it spills and explodes everywhere, which has happened once or twice. But usually they don't. If I've been mixing paint like all day though, my hands start to get a little beat up. Which is pathetic, right? Oh, the Marine gets little blisters. Shut up. Oh, God. I'm going to go with a flat brush on this one because I'm going to paint this guy's cloak a little bit. Let me put on a lacquer. A little bit of... Just a little bit of this, a little bit of that. This is Corvus Black, right? Let's see. It looks like it. Unless if it's Abaddon. It might be Abaddon Black. Fuck. What's that one? Let me see if this one's... I took the labels off. Oh, I think this is the one I want. Ooh, I just shook up the wrong paint. So that's Abaddon Black. This is Corvus Black. Also, I have the little bottle, of course, but I try to use up the pots first. Yeah, Congo's cosplay your dad. Yeah, he's stubborn. You gotta just be like, well, Dad, don't you ever want to live long enough to see my wedding or something? I'll try to use that against him. It might wake him up a little bit. Like, Dad, you gotta take care of yourself or else how are you gonna be at my wedding, you know? Just say shit like that. It might work. I get it though. I had an old man who he takes care of himself now. He's got better blood pressure than me. He takes good care of himself, but he used to drink a lot. And he was on blood thinners, warfarin, which is really bad. And if you fall on your head, shit can kill you, by the way, because you'll bleed out internally. You'll have an internal hemorrhage. That's how my grandpa died. But my old man, he would just drink, and then he had a couple hospital scares where he had to go in, and it's like, Carl, you got grandkids now. You gotta take care of yourself, man. They're not my kids, but like, you know, he's got other kids and they got grandkids, and I'm like, you probably want to live long enough. Like, you better live long enough to make it to my wedding, damn it. And he did. And he's still alive, but, you know, he's just got to take better care of himself. So I understand the troubles of it. Their Congo's cosplay, I get it. When men get old and stubborn, if it's like, well, if you don't do it for yourself, do it for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, take care of yourself. Come on, please. Might be worth a shot. Hopefully he listens. Dylan the Villain says my dad is similar. LED said my real dad left. Oh my god. I know, Ellie. I'm sorry, but you have a good stepdad now. You have a good stepdad, right? Probably for the best. So, yeah, you got to see the good with the bad, right? I love my stepdad, by the way. I love my real father, but I love my stepdad too. We have a good relationship. I got lucky. I should call him. I should call him tomorrow, see how he's doing, actually. I should check on him. He's the old man, by the way. My actual father, he's fine. He's doing good. My actual father's he's a beast. He'll be fine. That guy has the best attitude of almost anyone I've ever met. So, he's an army vet too. He's infantry. So, he was with the 101st. The Screaming Eagles. He's got the tattoo and everything. He was stationed, we went to school at Fort Benning, Georgia. So he was infantry, and then he got stationed in Alaska, and then he got stationed in Fort Hood, Texas. And then I think he did the reserves for like a year or two, and then they wanted him to be a drill sergeant, and he said no. So, Congo's cosplay said it's fine. I just dread when he gets really old, and if he needs a walker or cane, I just don't know, he'll refuse it. Right. See, that sucks. That's why you got to get him a really cool cane. You got to get him one he'll actually use. Get him like, don't get him an old person one. Get him like a badass one with like a fucking, I don't know, like personally made with like Navy stuff on it or something. Like, they make that and get it like laminated and have like a cool fucking, I don't know, like a fucking badass skull head on it or something. He'll probably use it then. You know, you just gotta get him a cool cane. Like, if I'm an old guy, like, I'm gonna have a fucking badass cane with a sword in it or something. Like, don't fuck with me. Like a taser. Like a cattle prod. Come here, Sonny. Oh, God. Congo's cosplay said, well, it's taking a bit longer now because I'm making 2 cosplays for my brothers for free. Because I'm W sister, I guess. I don't know what W sister means. Well, that's nice of you. Yeah, he's a stubborn old... Yeah, Forever Lurk 2 said, is now that stubborn old man. Yeah. Oh, God. I'll probably be me. That's funny. Dylan the Villain says here at Ghost Cosplay, I'll play for strength and peace for your. Well, that's nice of you, Dylan. That's good, man. Yeah, I hope your dad understands. So, and your brothers better help you with Pyramid Head or something, because you've been busting your butt on that. And I was gonna ask, yeah, what are you gonna do? So my oldest brother is going as Link from Legend of Zelda, of course. Ocarina of Time, and has never styled a wig. Oh, geez. And she says, I'm kind of a pro wig stylist. Really? That is another aspect of being a cosplayer. I didn't even think about that. That's a really good point. Yeah, you have to style it too. Holy shit. And it's got a hold and everything. Like, oh my gosh. I remember one guy I saw, he did a Super Saiyan of Goku, and he like pulled it off really well. It was pretty cool. So he had like his hair. It was a wig, obviously, but he had like the yellow hair straight up, and he had like, it looked like it was like lightning and zapping and like glowing kind of. It was pretty badass. The guy's super jacked too, and like Asian, of course. So, but he pulled it off really well. He pulled off the Goku look pretty cool. I could never be Goku. I could never be any of those characters, so if I were ever cosplay as something, I'd probably be like a funny version. Because I'm like, fuck, I can't pull any of these off. I don't have the body for it. I don't have the shape or... You know what I mean? I do have an Inquisitor cosplay, though. I do have that. But that's 40K related. I have yet to wear it to anything. Because there's no events yet. But maybe at Adepticon. Maybe at Adepticon if I go. If I go. We'll see, we'll see. That's like probably one of the biggest conventions of gaming and 40K related shit in the United States once a year. So, big deal over there. And then at Adepticon, they're going to be releasing stuff too. So GW will be there, and they'll be releasing things, or like, I'm sure they'll have pre-order booths if you want to pre-order stuff. I've heard about that. So, and it's a good place to go, like, connect. Like, so for me being a YouTuber, I don't know. Yeah, you just don't want him to die. He thankfully was in good health, though. Good. Yeah, you're worried about when you move out. Yep. My mom and I have a routine now, so... Okay, well, at least you have your mom there, so she can take care of him, too. Not like he's just got to wake up. Oh, man, Dylan the Villain said my mom passed, and it's just me and my dad, and he's old, and yeah. And he says I'm the breadwinner. Oh, man. And then LED said my real dad did drugs. Oh, God. Yeah. All right, WC. Take care, bro. Always good to see you. Bye. I'll be calling it here pretty soon, too. I'm not going to stay on too long. I'm pretty tired. Forever Lurk 2 said it came with a 12-gauge shell in it. Hell yeah. Like a little fucking hidden trigger or something. You just gotta, like, slide it. Like a silencer built into it. Like half of it is a silencer, so it's like... That's awesome. Congo's Cosplay said, oh, speaking of cool cane, I'm going to college soon to learn automotive stuff and welding. So we already talked about doing a stick rigged up wheelchair with all-terrain tires. Hell yeah. Oh, a sick rigged up wheelchair. Awesome. That would be cool. That would be really cool. And then Dylan the Villain said, the chat seems like a strong bunch of people going through hell, but can still really enjoy random moments like this. Yeah. I think so too, man. Yep. I'm going through shit also. I'm not alone in this. But I know you can feel alone, but you're not alone. Not here. Not here. You might feel alone, and maybe you're physically alone, but if anything, if it's any consolation, we're here. I'm here, you know? And I appreciate everybody who hangs out with us, so we do have a good group of people. You're right, man. We have a good community. It's not full of a bunch of... I don't know. You can go to other live sessions, and they might have their... You know, but there's usually just a bunch of random people in it. Like, yeah, there's like thousands of people in there, and a lot of people viewing it. Good for that creator, but how many are, like, true subscribers? You know, every once in a while, I'm sure. But a lot of them are also, like, members only, and... I don't know, I'm debating on doing that. Like, you have to be a member to... You have to subscribe, not members. You have to subscribe in order to chat, because it would probably weed out a lot of the bots, I would imagine. So I've been thinking about it. But then it's like people like you would never join because you're like, well, why would I subscribe to something I know nothing about? You know? So I want to keep it open for now. I don't want to close it off too much. Because even people who aren't into 40K, they might join this just to hang out, and that's cool too. We got cosplayers in here. And like yourself, you're into music, there might be other people that are into music that get in here. You know? So it's just hobby related stuff in general, homie. We do not discriminate. There's a bunch of other hobbies out there too. So a little oopsie. Oopsie poopsie. Let me just get that paint out. Accidentally went a little too deep with that. Did not mean to. It's okay, I can paint over it, no big deal. So what's nice about painting is if you ever mess up, it's okay, you could just paint over it. That's what's kind of nice about painting, so. That looks good. Now let's check the chat. Oh, and she said I'm also adding speakers to his chair too, and a flame job on the sides with the American flag that has his Navy ship on it. Oh, that's beautiful. Whoa, that's cool. That is awesome. That's some cool work there, Congo's cosplay. That's badass. Crafty oxes, indeed. And then Congo's cosplay said, yeah, thankfully my whole family is supportive and my brothers help me out so much, actually. Okay, good. We all pitch in and buy stuff and make stuff together. I just volunteer for most of the crafting. It's my passion. Wow. Sheesh. LED said you could be Denki. I don't even know who Denki is. Maybe I could be Denki. Fervor 2 said, what I like most about this chat is the lack of emoji spam. As a Gen Xer, I can't stand that shit. Shit. LOL. LOL. Roar. Roar. Yeah. There's not too much emoji stuff in here, too. Yeah, that's true. The only emojis are just, like, funny. So, yeah, there's not too much emojis. The chat isn't going, like, a million miles a second, so... And I try to get to everybody's, you know, conversation too. So if someone's typing something, I try to like lean into it. So who's Denki? Who's Denki, by the way, there, LED? I'm not familiar. Maybe I'm familiar with that name. I just can't remember. I wouldn't mind doing from like Full Metal Alchemist and shit. Like that'd be pretty badass. I wouldn't mind doing that. I like Full Metal Alchemist, so pretty sick. Looks good. Oh, this looks great. I'm really happy with the way this is coming out. I do need Retributor Gold. Actually, I'll use the paint pot. I should use it up before it's gone. This one's new. This one's like empty though. I put it into the new. And I will need these to see what I'm doing. Also, my graphite powder came in today. That's going to help me make a foam look like metal. Oh, there you go. Smart. Yeah, and then your next cosplay project is going to be Guts Dragon Slayer from Berserk. Damn, that's badass. You can do it. You use graphite. Interesting. I'm going to guess you spray down some sort of an adhesive, maybe? And then how do you put it on there? Do you dry brush it? Like, how do you interact with that with your cosplay? How do you use that? I'm just curious. I actually don't know. I know I'm just painting the Chaos Star on his badge here. It's called the Pantheon Star for those that don't know, but it's the mark of chaos. It's very evil. Alright, and then this, I'll just paint this gold because fucking why not? That looks pretty good. And then LED said I'm going to be Nezuko. Ooh. Who's Nezuko? Help me out with that one too, Ellie. Who dat? Oh, okay, Congo's Cosplay said, so I ordered a small thing of it. Most people use it as a tire lube for toy cars. Oh. But it helps with crafts too, so I just dust it on the foam and then wipe it around and seal it with Mod Podge. Gotcha. Gotcha, okay. Kind of give it like a metallic look. I have seen graphite used. They actually use it as lubricant in keys as well. So for like key locks and stuff, they use graphite, which is interesting. It's like a graphite dust. It's strange because I remember I bought it because one of our locks was going bad in our apartment complex, and I was like, I don't think I really need to call maintenance to come out to do this, so I just put a little bit in there, and it worked like a charm. So, oh, she's from Demon Slayer. Gotcha. Okay. Oh, that's dope. Hell yeah, Ellie. Nezuko. Let me look that up. Nezuko. What does she look like? Or he. Could be a he. You never know. Alright. Let's see. And I just sound very ignorant, so. Like, I know a lot of anime, but I don't know everything. Nezuko Demon Slayer. Oh, Nezuko Kamado. Nezuko. Okay. Gotcha. Interesting. Okay. There you go. Here's an example of what it could look like. Very cool. Okay. I understand now. Thank you. Because if you say it, I have no idea what it looks like. I'm like, oh, also look up donkey. Okay. Ooh. Okay. He's freaking cool. Hell yeah. I think I have the hair for it, that's for sure. But I don't have blonde hair. I'd have to wear a wig, probably. Or I could do my own rendition. Or I could just dye it. Oh, and he's lightning. That's badass. That is cool. Okay. Appreciate it. That's badass. Hell yeah. How fun. You know what's funny, Congo's cosplay, is I was actually like watching TV earlier and Silent Hill 2, the movie, came on. I was like, huh. And it's like the one where Pyramid Head is like a slave or whatever. He's like enslaved, and I was like, what the hell? It's actually kind of a cool concept. Yeah, it's funny, right? Yeah. I was watching another movie. It was a mysterious movie. I didn't. I thought it'd be more of like a crime mystery, but it turned into like what's the word for it? Like, yeah, it showed Pyramid Head, and I was like, wait a second, I know who that guy is. Very iconic. Yeah, and he's on the little Ferris wheel, and it's kind of funny. It's like this giant thing, but he's like pedaling like do 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 do. I'm just imagining this giant demon monster who's rage incarnate, you know? Like Pyramid Head would do very good in 40K. That's all I gotta say. If he was in 40K, he would fuck some shit up. He'd be very welcomed in the universe because Silent Hill 2 is very grimdark, just like 40K. He would fit in very well. He would probably be in the warp though. And I wonder if he'd either be Korn. I would imagine he would be Korn. But some could say, well, he wouldn't be Slaneshi. He's not about that. I'd see him being Korn for sure. So if he were to be any deity, he would definitely be a Korn. So if you made a Korn Berserker out of Pyramid Head at a 40K thing, like you mishmashed them, that'd be pretty fucking epic. I could see Pyramid Head doing very well in 40K. Because he's an entity. He's not really... Like, he can physically do things. Not the band Korn. There's a demon called Korn. He's a god, technically. He's a god of war. So, why is it called Korn? I don't know. I don't make this shit up. It's Khorne. Of course, it's British, so they gotta be all weird about it and spell it differently. There's a lot of people who joke about cornflakes, like, oh, did you eat your cornflakes? I know you hate the band Korn, Ellie. I know. We know. Boom. Yeah, speaking in Korn, by the way. Boom. It actually happened by accident when they were like making the song and someone was like fucking beatboxing and shit, and the guy's like, that's what we're gonna do. Throw it in the song. So we're gonna beatbox it. Just wild. And then Ellie say they'd be singing about kids. I'll have to re-listen to it. It's been a minute. I'm glad someone else knew that because it'd not be awkward. No, I know it. You're good. Man, Korn was one of the first metal bands, I guess new metal, I've ever heard. Because I remember my mom was a bus driver, like a school bus driver. And in between her routes and shit, I would usually either sit in the front or I'd sit in the back sometimes, or like, you know, I'd hang out with the older kids sometimes, even though I was younger. I would hang out with the high schoolers and shit. I remember one time I found on the ground, it was a corn patch. Like Korne with the R backwards, and I was like, what the hell is this? I had no idea what it was, so I kept it. Anyway, we don't have computers yet. Like, we don't really have computers, but I remember like going to like Walmart or Best Buy or wherever, and I saw albums of like all these rock bands, and I saw one that was Korn, and I was like, oh, that's a band. I thought Korn meant something else. I was like, why is it spelled all weird? You know, and I asked my mom, and my mom didn't know. I was like, Mom, what is this? She's like, I have no idea. And she's like, you can keep it if you want. I mean, some kid left it, or if you want to keep it up here, I'll ask if anybody lost it. I'm like, okay. No one ever collected it, so I got, because it might have been a different bus driver, different route, so none of her kids, it wasn't theirs, so I just kept it. And I just thought that was kind of funny. So, and then later on, I started listening to Korn, and yeah. And then like Linkin Park, I loved Linkin Park. That was a big deal when they came out, by the way. When Linkin Park came out, that was a big deal. Yeah. That's correct, Forever Lurk 2. That's correct, yes, sir. Even though Korn is the god of war, slaughter, and blood, he's also honorable, never lies, and won't backstab you. That's a good point. He'll just stab you to your face, you know? He won't backstab you. That's a good point. Unlike Zinch or Slanesh, even Nurgle, like, they have ulterior motives, you know? Like, oh, you're really good, and let me infect you with this disgusting virus that transforms you into this abomination. You're welcome. Like, that's Nurgle. And then Slanesh, let's not even get started there, but yeah, Korn is what he is. That's true. That's a good point. And then Congo's Cosplay said, well, guys, I gotta go work on my cosplay some more. Wish me luck. It's been 120 plus hours so far. Wow. And it's mostly done. Okay, good. Everything is handmade and hand sewn but the boots. Damn, girl. Well, I hope you post pictures or do a video or something. That'd be sweet. Have someone else take them, you know? I hope you win too. I hope you win. We're voting for you. Yeah, you later, take care. And she said, wait, Linkin Park mentioned? I'm wearing Linkin Dog. Oh, no way. Oh, hell yeah. All right. All right, Congo's Cosplay. You have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, it's been a minute here, folks. It's about midnight by Nurgle. It's midnight by me, so I think it's time I start calling it too. So I got pretty far. I didn't get as far, but I at least got the back of this pretty much done. So, you know what? I can't say it has not been productive because it has been. And I appreciate you guys hanging out with me as always on another night. I know you could probably be anywhere else in the world, but I'm glad y'all hung out with me. I love how you stopped to say that. Yeah. Whenever you do that, I'm just going to do that. That's what's going to happen. As soon as you do the sprinkle sparkly stuff, I'm going to stop what I'm saying just to do that. It deserves attention because it's hilarious. Oh, God. You're very welcome for the stream, sir. I appreciate you joining us. Thank you. Bye. Right. Bye, everybody. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate you sticking with me. I hope you had fun, and let's get some good sleep. Wake up tomorrow, take on the day. And I'll see you next Wednesday, 8 p.m. CST per usual. That's all I got. Bye. See you. See you later. Frickin'. That's all I got. So this is Travis with ChaoticCrafterZero. Till the next time. All right, bye, guys.